Good evening, everyone. It is 6 o'clock straight up, and I'm gonna call to order our meeting of the Orange County Mid-Decennial Redistricting Advisory Committee. I think this is meeting 21 or 22 or something. There's been a bunch of them. So I'll call the meeting to order. Clerk, would you please take the roll?
Member Olszewski.
Present.
Member Jackson. Here. Member Kilsheimer. Member De La Portilla.
Here.
Member Arias. Here. Member Callan. Here. Member Washington. Member Baga. Member Jones.
Here.
Co-Chair Perez.
Here.
Co-Chair Evans. Member Spears. Here. Member Affont. Member Pizzini.
Present.
And Member Henry.
Present.
You have quorum.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this time, we are going to open public comment. I have to say we have a ton to do tonight. I have about 20 or so electronic comments to put into the record, and we have a big handful of speakers. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to limit public comment to 2 minutes instead of 3 minutes so that we can get through this and get through our agenda tonight, because it's going to be a very, very long night. I know some of our members are stuck in traffic and are on their way here as well. So before we begin with the public comment, I'll recognize a good handful of electronic public comment. And they will go in the record and are online and available. Nancy Borks, Teresa Millay, Karen Watley, Suzanne Canada, Robert Watley, Donna Brown, Rusty Sievers, Sawyer 7, I'm not quite sure who that is, but Sawyer 7, Mateo Schulte, Marjorie Dillingham, Lori Sanders, Mike Adams, Carol Hoskins, Marjorie Dillingham, Stephen Lewis, Betsy Vanderlei and the West Orange Chamber of Commerce, Martinez Semrod, Kelly, from Commissioner Semrod, sorry, there it is. West Orange, the West Side Advocacy Opinion Group. Not sure who they are, but the West Side Advocacy, Jessup Daniel, Johnny Gatto, Joan Smith, or Joanne Smith, I'm not sure, Michelle Bernstein, Mayor DeCiccio from Winter Park, Lance Smith, Carly Smith, Gus Martinez, another Gus Martinez with an addendum, and a third, Gus Martinez. So Gus is very prolific. So those are the electronic comments that we received, and they were all on our website and in the record to go forward. We'll begin public comment. As I said, we will have 2 minutes per. However, we will always recognize electeds first. Commissioner Scott, I see you in the room. Do you wish to address?
Sooner or later.
Saw you on TV today. You look good at that park, that opening.
Oh, I guess I gotta go see the video then.
It's on TV 13.
Cool, good stuff. Members, first, just thank you for your time. You know, it's the greatest thing you can give anyone, and you guys have spent a lot of time, and I'm sure you will spend a lot of time tonight. So I definitely want to just convey my thanks for the work that you all have done in picking the maps. And looking at the maps, I'm supporting 5 and 7A. I think those maps come close. I mean, obviously, there may be some tweaking as we get closer to the final adoption towards the end of this year. But the biggest thing I just wanted to tell you all is just thank you. Thank you for your work. You all have done a lot, and I'm grateful for it. So looking forward to what I'm sure will be a lively discussion. And this is rare that I'm the only one here. I'm usually the last one to speak. So again, thank you all for your work, and I look forward to your decisions today.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thanks for being here, as always. Jared Cornell or Kamal, you wanted to speak on behalf of Commissioner Semrad.
Good evening, co-chairs and committee members. I'm Jared Cornell, the Senior Legislative Aide to District 5 Commissioner Dr. Kelly Martinez Semrad, and I'm delivering this comment on behalf of her, who is currently attending a community town hall. So, first, we'd like to also sincerely thank each and every one of you for the time, commitment, service, effort, and the late nights that you have given to this process. We also wish to recognize the numerous municipalities and communities that have submitted their preferred redistricting maps to District 5, and on their behalf, we are relaying the preferences that the committee should have received over email as well. This Christmas Civic Association has submitted their preference for Map 7A. The City of Winter Park Commission has submitted their preference for Map 4, and the Maitland City Council has submitted their preference for Map 4 or Map 1 alternatively. Commissioner Semrad has previously put public comments centered on two main themes. First being the district composition, being unincorporated versus incorporated. Districts that are drawn to be nearly 100% of unincorporated versus those that are primarily incorporated should raise concern for all committee members for the following reasons. One, equity of representation. Residents in unincorporated areas rely heavily on county services like law enforcement, fire rescue, roads, code enforcement, whereas incorporated municipalities provide many of their own services. Districts drawn with imbalances may unintentionally overburden one commissioner's office with service-heavy demands. Second, resource allocation. Similarly, commissioners representing larger unincorporated districts must advocate for infrastructure, public safety, and utilities at a county-wide scale. Meanwhile, commissioners representing primarily incorporated districts may have more bandwidth to focus on policy since municipalities handle much of the service delivery. This structural imbalance could affect fair allocation of county resources. And third, constituent engagement. Unincorporated areas often lack the formal advocacy bodies that municipalities have, including city councils and city managers. Without balanced representation, residents in unincorporated areas may face challenges in having their voices equally heard and elevated in zoning and development disputes, in policy and procedural developments, as well as any future redistricting processes. We respectfully request that the committee members advance two maps for consideration for the Board of County Commissioners. Please be mindful that the majority of commissioners have already indicated they would not support certain maps, like Map 2, and thus should be removed from further consideration. Doing so will ensure that the Board of County Commissioners' deliberations remain focused, realistic, and productive. In closing, Commissioner Semrad believes that Maps 7A and 6B most align with traditional boundaries, do not split communities, and provide more of a balance between incorporated and unincorporated areas. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Commissioner Wilson, I saw you sneak in. Would you like to give remarks? It wasn't very sneaky, you're right.
All right, I do this to you every time. Okay. Thank you so much. I know I always bring my very low-tech visual aids, but I do think there's sometimes a picture does help, and sometimes getting kind of a good lay of the land, especially if it's not an area that you're familiar with. I want to thank you, first of all, for continuing this path. It has been an incredible thing to watch, and I'm very proud of the committee and the work that you all are doing. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. But it has to be balanced, and it has to be fair. So I know you're hearing things from all sides, and that balance is really, truly key. And I always try to give some perspective that maybe hasn't been brought before as somebody that hears from all areas of my district. So I had heard some public comment the last time, and quite frankly out and about the separation between historic Winter Garden and brand new Horizon West. And it makes me chuckle a little bit because for those of you that were in the area, this was the original study. The Horizon West original study. You remember this? Yes, I'm seeing some nods because there are familiar names in this. And it was this one was 1995. The study was done, and it lays out what would eventually become the Horizon West Sector Plan. Of course, the study makes clear of the historic connection between Horizon West and Winter Garden. Quite frankly, all of the community meetings about this were at West Orange High School. And Kurt Arterman, the City of Winter Garden attorney, who we all love and is still a District 1 resident, was on the original founding board of Horizon West Sector Plan. And so I think, understanding that that is part of the development of Horizon West and sort of the birth of Horizon West. The other part that I think is important is looking at the actual, I apologize for the stack of papers. I don't know if you can. It's hard to see the colors on it, but I want to make sure I point out that the yellow is city limits, right? So that's city limits, and this part right there is the historic part. These areas down here are relatively new, and they're suburban, and they continue, they're beautiful. It's a beautiful area, but it very seamlessly slides into Horizon West right there, and LARS is the abbreviation for Lake Avalon Rural Settlement. And it's an area that is, of course, continuing to struggle to keep their protections. We've worked really hard to put those in place. We have a joint planning agreement with the City of Winter Garden, which runs right along that line there, so that we do have the ability to talk about any intentions for annexation. But the idea that somehow Horizon West, which is right here, would have something more in common with a Hunters Creek or Williamsburg, once again, beautiful parts of District 1, and I'm going to be heartbroken to lose any part of District 1, but I know it's part of this process. But the idea of Horizon West having more in common with those large sector plans towards the center of the county is it's sort of silly. And I think it's something that I understand has been a part of a conversation that's had up here, but it's oftentimes framed as Horizon West needs its own commissioner, needs its own district, and that's not going to happen, right? That's not where we are right now. Where we are right now is options that you have in front of you that either aligns it with communities to the south, including Hunters Creek, Williamsburg, Meadow Woods, the southern part, or to the north where it actually grew from. So I just want to make sure that we're keeping sort of that history in mind. The other part that I wanted to get clear, because I do think that, and I'm glad people are engaged, it's so important, but I think there's been some misinformation. There's been residents that have said, well, I think that if I'm drawn out of the same district as Horizon West, that I'm going to have more resources because Horizon West is new and it's taking all these resources. And interestingly, once again, there's not going to be any district that carves out any specific areas of West Orange County, but some of the areas that have been in play that are currently in District 1 going into Apopka. Going into Apopka, you can see they're also very busy, right? I mean, we understand that you drive up north on the 429 or south on the 429 and you see the development pressures. And so the difference really between the north there in Apopka, in that area, is that Apopka has its own identity, right? Like there is that part of West Orange County is Northwest Orange County, and Southwest Orange County really does have its identity. The other big difference is that Horizon West, unlike some of these areas up here, has a sector plan that was put into place, whether we like it or not. My job now is to toe the line on that sector plan and make sure that people who have promised to do parts of that, including our development community, do that. And so having the sector plan in place allows us to know how much growth is coming. Whereas I think in some of the other areas of unincorporated Orange County, we don't necessarily know. So if you're not familiar with the sector plan, this is my last one, I promise. I know you all got short on time. But for every one of these, and I want to give Horizon West Happenings a shout out for having the resources available on their website. If you're ever curious about the Horizon West sector plan, it is literally villages, and those villages, there's 5 villages and then a center, and it lays out exactly what goes where, including the types of housing, commercial, et cetera. And so I think there's something to be said about understanding, even with the growth, at what point we are completely capped out. So that is it for me, and I want to make sure that in closing, I want you to know that we are expecting more than one map. It's okay, and they don't have to be vastly different, right? Because I think the idea of getting things that are as close to the cores of the district, the historic cores of the district, as possible is critical to the continuity of leadership, but also the continuity of voter understanding, and it's something very important. I know that our consultant eyeballed the map and said, oh, this is, still maintains the core of the district. I would maintain some of these that were said to maintain the core of the district don't. And so I ask you to think about some of these historic pieces when you look at that. I would also remind you that I will not be voting for any map that does not keep our community center in District 1. And once again, that is also located in Winter Garden. So I think there's still a couple maps in play that remove that community center because the cut comes below. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Uribe, would you like to give remarks?
No, I would actually like to wait until I hear everyone else.
Okay, I'll call you after all the public comment. We have the pleasure of having Mayor DeCiccio from Winter Park here with us. Madam Mayor?
Thank you all. Thank you all so very, very much. I know the work you're given is not easy, given all the competing interests. Winter Park has always worked with Orange County and been a great partner. When the county asks for a letter of support, whether it's a penny sales tax for gas or a half-cent sales tax for other issues or for the schools, we give it. We are always there. When we are asking to be kept contiguous with our neighbor, Maitland. Winter Park will be handling Maitland's police and fire call center. We share resources. Maitland has requested that we remain contiguous per their letter and support read at the last committee meeting. Winter Park and Maitland, that's 50,000 people. Currently, Winter Park is part of rural East Orange County, which we have nothing in common with. It takes a commissioner over 1 hour to drive from one end of the county to the next. This is about representation, and Winter Park has different needs. Split Oaks is all about rural areas. This is why you need a commissioner focused on urban areas. Our needs are different. And interestingly, there's not one person on the committee up here that Winter Park has a voice with. After the attractions, we are the #1 tourist destination in Orange County. No thanks to Visit Orlando. This brings a lot of money into the county. The tax base in the CRA has increased 500% since its inception in Winter Park, something no other district, no matter how much larger, has come close to matching. A huge win for the county and Winter Park. Overall, Winter Park has the highest tax base in all of Orange County. Winter Park has the most diverse commission in all of the county for a city our size. We deserve not to be gerrymandered into oblivion. This can be done by keeping the boundaries contiguous to meet 180 residents per district. By teaming up with our contiguous neighbors, we will remain diverse and have a voice. There will finally be an opportunity for someone from Winter Park, Maitland, Eatonville, College Park, Baldwin Park, etc., that is truly representative of our communities. Our actions speak for themselves. Give us the opportunity to have a seat at the table. By a unanimous vote last night from the Winter Park City Commission, our first choice for a map is Callan 2, Map 4. We have submitted a letter in support. We understand that Commissioner Moore wants to retain Lockhart in her district. That's in Callan 2. That's fine. We're good moving out towards Goldenrod or some other area that's contiguous to achieve the 180,000 resident requirement. Thank you all so very much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you,
I'm
Madam
also
Mayor.
here with Commissioner Warren Lindsay from Winter Park. Thank you very much.
Thank you both for coming. Okay, I don't see, sorry? Yeah, no, he went. I don't see any other commissioners or electeds that wish to speak. So we'll now move into public comment. Again, We're going to have to limit to 2 minutes tonight. We have a massive agenda and a lot of speakers. When you come to the microphone, please state your name and address, and then we'll start the clock. If there's anybody here who wishes to speak, who's not filled out a speaker card, please do that. The only way I can call you is if I know that you're here. And please write neatly so I can pronounce your name properly. Our first speaker will be Hattie Bryant, followed by Mary Hunter, followed by Nancy Borks. And then there's like a queue over there if it speeds people up getting to the microphone. Ms. Bryant, you know the drill.
Okay, I practiced my 3 minutes. I'm cutting it to 2, sir. I'm Hattie Bryant, 1240 South Pennsylvania Winter Park. Yes, this is my 6th time to present to you, 4th time to come to speak in support of the Washington 2 map. Yes, I do know David Washington. I respect him and think of him as a friend in the trenches with me to make Orange County a better place. He did not ask me to help him with his map. I am fighting because it makes sense, it is logical. As my mayor just said, right now our district stretches as far east as Brevard County, all the way to West Maitland, cutting across nearly 60% of the county in a long horizontal shape that is simply crazy wacky. It lumps us, Winter Park, an historic urban civic-minded city, in with rural places like Blithlow, Wedgefield, and Christmas. Those communities deserve their own commissioner who cares about rural needs. Like my mayor just said, we want to be contiguous with Maitland and the other cities she mentioned, and Washington, too, does this as well as the map that was approved by my commissioners and mayor that she just spoke to. One observer of this process says, quote, Washington, too, is the only map receiving genuine, widespread, organic support from everyday residents, backed as well as by respected institutions like the Chamber of Commerce, close quote. Ladies and gentlemen, you are being unfairly targeted. Please do not let my commissioner, Kelly Simrod, and her chief of staff, Wes Hodge, and this other person who just spoke, and other commissioners threaten and bully you. They are trying to protect their jobs, which we all know should be out of bounds for this process. You, as a commission, you as a committee, you can rise above and be better than these bullies. You are here to be open, creative, and not tied to what is now, but to your work. That is to move us forward in a fresh way. If you've been to the bullies, then you prove your work is a waste of time and they could have just drawn the maps themselves. Please vote Washington 2. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bryant.
I had 60 seconds more. Sorry, bye.
Mary Hunter, followed by Nancy Borks. Name and address, please, and then we'll start the clock.
Good evening. My name is Mary Hunter. I reside at 4521 RC Street, Orlando 32812. I was born in Orlando, raised in Pine Hills, graduating from Maynard Evans High School. I have also lived in Maitland and in the heart of downtown Orlando. I've been in the Conway area for the last 34 years. I understand the differences in each area of this county, and I am here to support MAP 2. Each district on this map makes logical sense to me, and I encourage you to go back and watch Member Washington's presentation for this map from July 9th with fresh eyes and ears. I also want to mention a couple of observations. First, I've heard it said that some of these maps are just kicking it down the road, but I don't believe we are. These maps can only be drawn according to the 2020 census data and not what we think it will look like in 2030. Injecting this issue into the mix only adds another layer of difficulty that is both unnecessary and a waste of time. Regardless of what the final districts look like at the end of this process, we will still be back here again after the 2030 census. I've heard several admonishments from the attorney regarding use of race as a prevalent factor when drawing the maps, yet it continued time and time again. The most glaring example is with the presentation of map 6B, where it was stated that the priority while drawing the lines was in fact race. I appreciate that you were all selected to help with this long and tedious process. You have done a commendable job. I am, though, disappointed with the amount of pressure from several commissioners encouraging you to lean one way or another. But the final decision does lie with the elected county commissioners. It is for this reason I implore you to submit no less than 4 maps to the Board of Commissioners. By only submitting 1 or 2 maps to the commission, you effectively take the responsibility away from them. We elected them to listen to us and to answer to us, and choosing between 4 maps should be very manageable for them. Thank you.
Thank you. Nancy Borks, followed by Carol Hoskins and Trini Kitos.
Good evening, committee members. I'm Nancy Borkus. I live at 7338 Woodbriar Court, Orlando, Florida, in the unincorporated area of Orange County. The Woodlands of Windermere is located between Conroy and Hiawassee Road in unincorporated Orange County. We see this district opportunity an opportunity to make things right and return our neighborhoods to District 1, which is the community we have worked with on zoning and school issues for more than 45 years. Therefore, we support MAP 2, previously Washington 2, to bring our community back together. The last redistricting approved in February of 2022 moved our neighborhood from District 1 to District 6 without our knowledge, in error. And in August 2022, we received new voting cards indicating we were Precinct 113 in District 1. We voted in Precinct 113, District 1 in November of 2022. In December of 2022, I randomly checked my voter registration online and found out I was in Precinct 636. No one knew. So we contacted Commissioner Wilson's office. We were assured that that was an error and that it would be corrected. Well, here we are in 2025, and it still hasn't been corrected. Apparently, it was never corrected. The supervisor of elections had told me that in early 2023, they noticed they had the wrong map, and they were sent a new map by the county commission, and yet we're still in District 6, Precinct 636. Our HOA continues to receive emails from the District 1 office regarding our area, and we have never received anything from the District 6 office. We hope that the current redistricting effort will be better at communicating change in representation to residents of Orange County. We support MAP 2, and we want to be with District 1 regardless of the map you choose to present. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Hoskins. Trini Kitos. Oh, no, this is Ms. Hoskins. I'm sorry.
That was Mrs. Borkus.
Indeed it was. I'd already checked it.
My name is Carol Hoskins. I live at 7139 Shadywood Lane in Woodlands Village, 32835. I have been there since 1985 when it was first developed. We have always been in District 1. The only person I ever hear from for any county information is Nicole Wilson, District 1. I have never heard anything from District 6. Even trying to leave a message with District 6 was impossible. Therefore, I sent you my letter, which you have read into the records. I have a situation where when we had our last debris pickup by the county says, oh, your neighborhood is in the city. Well, it so happens that the eastern wall of our neighborhood, which is parallel and to Turkey Lake Road, is the county. We do not need to be in a city. We are unincorporated and want to be in an unincorporated area with Dr. Phillips and similar neighborhoods that belong with us and we with them. It is very important that we have unincorporated areas as districts. Do not take a little wedge and stick it in with the city because it creates confusion when it comes to many issues that we do come up with. As I cited, the debris removal, the county and the city kept arguing about where we were. and we are in the county, and we would like to stay in the unincorporated county, District 1. No matter what map you take, that's the district we have been in until I got my voter registration and said, you're in 6 now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hoskins. Trini Quiros.
Trini Quiroz, 2000 Hillcrest, Orlando. First and foremost, I'd like to let you know that I have been a very active community advocate for the past more than 25 years. And the time goes by, and guess what? I don't see any progress, anything good for the working class and the poor. It seems like developers and big donors are the ones that control what goes on in this county. This county has 1,500,000 plus residents, and I don't know how many of you know that Hispanics are 1/3, 500,000. What do we have? Not because we don't get involved. It's just that the powers that be want to keep certain communities down. I am so sick and tired for the last 25 years coming to meetings like this and advocate for the people that have very little, the working poor and the very poor, and now the homeless people. I just sincerely hope you were appointed by commissioners that don't even deserve to be sitting there because they don't even can do anything for their own districts, let alone doing things that they are not supposed to. I'm not going to have any kind words, nothing nice, because the suffering of the people is what is important to community advocates like me that don't seek glory, name, fame, or fortune. What we seek is compassion and human empathy. Each one of these districts, no matter how wealthy they are, have homeless people sleeping half naked on the streets with children. That is a disgrace for a county that claims to be the eat place for tourists and 90 million people investing over 100 million. Think of what you're doing and do it right.
Thank you, Ms. Quiros. Next is Pedro Rodriguez Diaz, followed by Mateo Schulte, followed by Mike Millay. Welcome back, Pedro.
Thank you. My name is Pedro Rodriguez Diaz, and I'm from 1103 Ensenada Drive, and I'll make it quick. There's been a lot of talk with regards to the Washington 2 map, but I want to implore the board that even prior to this map, there's been one thing that has been constantly mentioned throughout all of these meetings. Number one, communities must be together. No more splitting up communities, no more splitting up the city borders, aside from the city of Orlando itself. That has been the one requested thing across all of these meetings. So, in my opinion, I believe that the board should consider and listen to that piece of public comment. And so far, in terms of the maps that are in play right now, there are only 3 maps that ensures that no CDPs are split and that the only municipality that is split is the city of Orlando. And that is map 1, map 6B, and map 7A. And those should be the main ones that should be up for consideration. Because it's honestly disgusting to see the maps that that we want to not have community split, and yet we're looking to have maps that do split up communities. So I implore the board to at least remember for all of the meetings, even in the beginning, don't split the communities. That is the #1 priority that the members of this public have stated throughout this entire process. So I implore to remember that when you're making the decisions here today. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Diaz. Next is Mateo Schulte.
Good evening. My name is Mateo Schulte, address 4450, Cluster Drive, Orlando, Florida. I've been here on these meetings for a while now and looking through all the maps. And I actually sent you guys an email to look what community represent. I'm going to put a picture of what a community represents to us. So, us people of Clark-Onocoee, we're very proud of our areas that where we have work. And I would like to ask every single member of Clark-Onocoee, please stand up. That way they see the community at hand. We have come here, we support MAP 1. It keeps the community together. It keeps us united. And some of the other maps does not. Our first reference will be MAP 1. It will bring us adjacent to other communities that we'd like to work with. Also, MAP 7 and MAP 5 doesn't work. But again, those are community volunteers. Every single person you sit there, we go once a month, pick up trash, once a month report. We cut and help every single members in our area. From picking up trash, helping them move, cutting down trees, reporting sidewalk, breaking sidewalks, street damage. We are very involved. And some of these maps that I have seen here, it divides us as a work that we have created. We're a nonprofit organization, 501c3. We created that for that reason, to people like us to work with each other. And by you guys keeping it together, you guys be doing your job. I know it's not easy, but please trying to work with that. Again, MAP 1, it will be favorable to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schulte. Mike Millay, followed by James P. Leiter, followed by Matthew Price.
Good evening, committee members. Thank you very much for your service. I know it doesn't always go recognized, but we appreciate whatever time you put into this. My name is Mike Millay, and I live at 7325 Forestwood Court, Orlando. My wife and I have lived in District 1 for over 30 years and raised our 5 boys here. Our neighborhood sits in the corner of Conroy, Windermere Road in Hiawassee in southwest Orlando. We are a community of 108 single-family homes on large lots in a part of unincorporated Orange County. 30 years ago, when my wife and I moved into Woodlands of Windermere, we chose this neighborhood because it represented everything District 1, Dr. Phillips and Windermere stood for. Quiet, single-family homes on large lots in unincorporated Orange County, a community where our children could play in their backyards, attend schools with their neighborhood friends, and where neighbors work together to protect our land around us. We loved our boys growing up in southwest Orange County neighborhood that provided daily environmental lessons. The Woodlands of Windermere is across the street from North Shore of Lake Kane, an 80-acre spring-fed lake that is home to alligators, otters, rabbits, turtles, ducks, occasional bobcat. We liked nothing but being in the middle of nowhere, but still having wildlife nearby. Over the years, our neighborhood, alongside with Woodlands Village, Park Springs, Hidden Springs, and later Lafayette Club, became the guardians of the area. Together, our homeowners have fought against overdevelopment, and we made sure that have become another business complex, have remained a natural sanctuary for families, large lots, wildlife, and the environment. This is our story, homeowners protecting what matters most in their community. But in 2022, the election, a mistake happened. Something happened that broke our bond. We were not allowed to vote in 2022 or in 2024, although we were part of District 6, where 108 families found out on their ballots that we had no choice for county commissioner. We became invisible. We were erased from the process. Our neighborhood said to me, we pay our taxes like everyone else, but they've taken away our right to choose who represents us. And now the new maps before you threaten to do it again. If you move us into District 6, we will be cut off from the district and people that know us, that have worked alongside us for decades, 4 decades to be specific. District 6 is a district of multifamily housing, commercial corridors, and urban priorities. District 1 is where our stories should remain, and we are part of District 1, and thank you for Nicole Wilson and all the things that she's done for us over the years.
Thank you, sir. James P. Leiter, followed by Matthew Price, followed by Wayne Santleen.
My name is James Leiter. I live at 1908 Everhard Drive, Orlando, Florida. I live in District 3. and I'm here mainly to support map number 5, the Henry 1 map. But regardless, whatever map you choose, please do not butcher, shred my District 3 into multiple communities. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Wayne Santling. Is that you?
Matthew Price.
Oh,
You're
right
0 for
about
2.
that. You're right about that.
I
Matthew
am
Price.
right about that. I live that. Matthew Price. I live at 4631 Woodlands Village Drive in the community of Woodlands Village. I'm the president of the HOA. I was brought to my attention of the change that was made back in 2022, moving us out of District 1 into District 6. And many people have already talked about this. Yes, we want to be back in District 1 where we were. We're unincorporated. The city is District 6 across the street. Simply take Turkey Lake up to Conroy and then take it left from there and keep that as unincorporated. All the maps should have that. We should never have been in District 6. So I don't care which map you all choose, but if we're not in District 1, we're underrepresented with the rest of who we look like and where we reside. So, God bless you guys for doing the work you're doing. Guys with the shirts, awesome job. I wish we had the money to do that in our HOA because you guys look great. Sweet. But the reality is every map should have us in District 1. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's 2, if it's 3, if it's 5, 6B. I know 2 and 6B have us in District 1, but every map should have us in District 1. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Wayne Scantling.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Wayne Scantling. I live at 7273 Branch Tree Drive in Orlando. Many of the people who have been up earlier have talked about the fact that in the Woodlands of Windermere, which I'm a part of, we have been moved by some mistake or some action in 2022 from District 1 to District 6. Doing that has disenfranchised us from the standpoint of us being able to vote. I think Ms. Borges mentioned that earlier, and I'm just here to repeat the fact that we've been in that community. I've been in that community for over 30 years, and I think we just need to correct the error. Whatever it was, however it came about, it should be corrected. Again, I'm with Mike from the standpoint of, Matt, I'm sorry, from the standpoint of we like District Map 2 and Map 6B, but really we're concerned about this small triangle of area that consists of about 2 major communities, the Woodlands Village and Woodlands of Windermere, about 176 homes that was mistakenly taken out of District 1 and put into District 6. It shouldn't affect the maps by putting us back into District 1 because we're the main residents of this little triangle of land. And we just want to go back into the district that we came from, represented by Nicole Wilson. And as was mentioned earlier, we have not been able to communicate with District 6 because the maps don't agree. So all the maps, as was said earlier, should show us in District 1, which is where we've been. I've been there since 1993. We were in District 1, and then a mistake took us to District 6. We asked that the mistake be corrected and that we can move back to the community. We've been servants of the environment in that area. We've been servants of the community fighting for the changes that the community needs that are recognized by many of the other neighborhoods in the area. And we just want to have that power back, so to speak, officially by having the situation corrected. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Mark Mansfield, followed by Dana Hutchinson, followed by Sandy Miller.
Good evening. I'm Mark Mansfield, 16362 Sand Hill Road, Winter Garden. I live in the Lake Avalon Rural Settlement. I'm here to speak against Map 2, and that should be removed from consideration. The line on the map is drawn directly on the Lars southern boundary. Therefore, it keeps everything south of Lars in District 1, but removes Winter Garden out of District 1, along with us. The potential for annexation by Winter Garden becomes a major concern as it mandates that we work with 2 county commissioners for any issues between Lars and Winter Garden. This creates a more burdensome process for the 2 county commissioners as well as the resident of Lars and Horizons West. And the outcome would be influenced based on the values of each commissioner, which could be in conflict, leading to an impasse or a decision that is detrimental to the area. And similar arguments for being against maps 4 and 5. I do support map 1, 3, 6B, and 7A, as these maps keep our area intact, include Winter Garden, Oakland, Tildenville, Western Ocoee, and the rest of unincorporated Orange County in District 1. And it keeps up with our synergy. We keep congruent rural and conservation green place areas established in District 1, and we maintain our current agreements with Winter Garden and any issues that would fall under the County 1 Commissioner for consistency. And our preferred option is map 7. And in addition, this map keeps the current northern, western, and southern District 1 boundaries intact and moves District 1's current eastern boundary west, removing non-related areas of Hunters Creek and Williamsburg, and adds them to a more synergistic area in District 8. Thank you.
Thank you. Dana Hutchinson.
Dana Hutchinson, 19246 Lansdowne, Orlando, 32833. First of all, I just wanted to thank you all for all the long hours and hard work that you have put into this. I have not been able to attend the meetings recently. I went to the first few, but I have watched them, the recordings, and taken lots of notes. I support map 7A for the following reasons. It preserves the core of the 6 current districts, allowing all current commissioners to remain in their districts, minimizing disruption. No district is entirely unincorporated. Each district includes at least some incorporated areas, ensuring equitable access to services, collaboration between the county and municipal areas, and balanced representation. Keeping communities together was brought up many times and is one of the most important issues to most people. This map splits only one of the municipalities, and that is Orlando. It also preserves communities and their voting power, which will ensure that all voters have their voices heard and have the opportunity to elect candidates of their choice. I believe that map 7A best addresses the needs and wishes of the people of Orange County. Thank you again for all your hard work.
Thank you so much. Next is Sandy Miller, followed by Dustin Schulte, followed by Michael Walsh.
Name is Sandy Miller, 4430 Cluster Drive, Orlando, Florida. First of all, I'd say thank you very much for all the hard work that you have put into. It's been a trying situation. I represent the people of Clare-Conacoe, okay, the people all in the yellow back there. I just honestly want to tell you that every single meeting that you guys have posted for these meetings, we have attended. We have been very active with the maps. We have been very active vocally, participated, like I said, with everything. So moving forward with that, we want to give kudos or thanks to our present commissioner, Christine Moore, which has done miraculous things for our corridor, which is Clare-Conacoe corridor. She has brought the residents in that area together through our our HOA nonprofit organizations. And so now we're all talking, we're communicating, and we're doing very well with active advocacy in our area. With that being said, I'd like to say that we are against map number 4, which cuts up the district into 3 sections. So we would like to keep our communities together. We are for, or I'm for, map number 1, which actually takes away Lockhart, but it keeps Rosemont, Maitland, Winter Park, College Park, and Pine Hills, and keeps us all together. Even though there are communities that we were never associated with before, this gives us an opportunity once again to come together and work miracles, for our community. I am also for the second choice would be map number 7, which has Maitland, Eatonville, College Park, Rosemont, and Pine Hills together. Once again, we can work together as a group, bringing quality for our communities. The last map that I would say that I would choose is map number 5, which includes Lockhart, Pine Hills, College Park, Eatonville. Okay, that map right there, kind of, we can again work together with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Dustin Schulte. Again, followed by Michael Walsh and George Morning. What? Sorry, what are we doing?
So my name is Dustin, but I do want to give my minutes to Faith.
Okay, Faith, I can give you one of his 2 minutes.
Great, so I have 3.
You have 3. Do you have a speaker's card, though, Faith?
Yes, I do. I'm listed.
Okay, you may be down here. Oh,
So
okay.
I'm pushed up.
Yeah, you were, I had you towards the back. Okay.
Wonderful.
Is that, no, I had Lori Forrester
There should
and
be
Denise
Faye Henderson.
Martinez doing the same thing. I'll look for a card for you if you've got one.
If
So
there's
you-
a paper that
Yeah.
I filled.
Okay, if you'll just give us your name and address.
Okay.
And if he's waived his time, you have 1 minute of his and 2 of yours.
Thank you. My name is Faye Henderson, and I've been a resident of Rosemont for 50 years, as it was formerly known as Rosemont Golf and Country Club, presently Rosemont Community, and Greater Rosemont Community, which includes Signal Hill and Clarcona, our friends there with the yellow shirts, as we have on also. And I do appreciate what you all are doing. I do the same thing free of charge. So I know what it's like to sit in these kinds of meetings and follow through with a committed task. I do want to say how passionate we are about our community, Rosemont community. And I need for you to understand that we feel looking at a district change involves more than how the numbers work. You already hear that from so many people who are here tonight. It goes with connections, how we connect with other communities, how we get things done. And there are 2 main points that I want to mention. As I am pushing for MAP 1, that does include Clarcona, as well as Maitland and Winter Park, and a part of Pine Hills, I feel that this is the most representative map that is there. I want you to picture where we are. I don't have a picture for the monitor, but if you just work with me and picture that the huge corridor of 441 is one of our main corridors coming out of Rosemont. We also have Clarcona-Ocoee Road. That is how we're connected with the Clarcona group that you see here tonight. Then we have John Young Parkway. We have Lee Road that lead into John Young Parkway. And then there's that corner of 441 John Young Parkway, Lee Road, and Rosemont. We follow that corridor all the time to Winter Park, Maitland, Eatonville, College Park. That is our life. That's where we go for social events. That's where we go for businesses. That's where we go for shopping. That's where our values are. So we feel it is important to look at a map that keeps us intact. We are right there together in that hubble. The other main corridor is Pine Hills Road that leads down North Lane into Rosemont. Thus, you have that part of Pine Hills, along with Clarcona, along with Signal Hill. So we're really all there together, along with the huge communities that combine College Park, Winter Park, Maitland. We feel that it is important for you to keep these connections in place. The other issue is our vision that aligns our communities. In these corridors, there are streets of many trees, foliages, subtropical plants.
You're out of time.
Well, we have similar goals, okay? To get the roads done, to get the foliages done, and right now, we are treated like stepchildren because we have part of the city and part of the county. We need you, county. We need a county commissioner that supports us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Michael Walsh. Michael Walsh, followed by George Morning, followed by Jim Callahan.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for going through what you're doing with this process, because it makes herding cats look like something fun to do. My name is Michael Walsh. I'm a resident at 16065 Sand Hill Road in the Lake Avalon Rural Settlement. And as Mark mentioned earlier, our preferred map in this process is map 7A. In addition to maps 1, 3, and 6B, these maps tend to continue what we've been able to do in terms of moving things forward in that part of Orange County. It not only continues the synergy and the continuity of our area, but it moves forward with the same agreements we have with Winter Garden that have been very important in our partnership, not only with the county, but with Winter Garden, to be able to maintain things. Ooh, this goes fast. So in addition to the other maps, it's really important that these maps keep the current northern, western, and southern ports of District 1 boundaries intact. And those would be beneficial not only for the near future, but for the true important growth and how we develop these areas down the road. Thanks very much.
Thank you, sir. George Morning.
Oh, I have a clock there. I don't need mine. Good evening. My name is George Morning. I reside at 4494 Real Court, Orlando, Florida. I'll follow up from my comrade, Faye Henderson, who's also on our board with me. I've lived in the Rosemont area about 30 years also. Thank you for the work that you've done. I'm not sure that it's over with yet, but I want to address a couple things. I think, and I appreciate the issues you've addressed, and as we see them, they are population, both demographics and economics. There are how we keep these communities together, if possible. There is the inclusion of incorporated and non-incorporated areas. And then there's delivery of services. Some of these areas, you have some cities that do some things, as you pointed out earlier, and then you have the county that does some things. And so in looking at the maps, 1, 2, 4 makes sense. This is, I'm not a gambler, but we're in the case where we have to pick some odds here, okay? Because we probably aren't going to get our pick, and it's going to be of something. So I think that what's important are that we keep our communities together for a couple different reasons. These communities have been there, they've grown, they've set goals, they've made achievements, and they have some future plans. Regardless of where Rosemont ends up, we're a very active HOA. And the city, our city commissioner and our county commissioner will tell you that we're out there every week, and they get an email from us about every week about something. We're actually responsible for getting the state to come in and provide the funds for the landscaping on the John Young Parkway flyover. I'm running out of time. And so these maps respect the communities, they address the concerns, and they also address the issue of delivery of services, and they make them manageable for the commissioner that's elected. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Jim Callahan, followed by Nicole Miracle and Danny Culberson.
Good evening. Jim Callahan, 204 East South Street, Orlando. And again, I want to thank you for your service. It's been a lot of long, strange weeks. Ironically, I'm in the position of agreeing with Commissioner Scott, who disagreed about some things before, in supporting maps 5 and 7A. I'd also consider map 6, except as a resident of District 3, the current map has a notch in the northwest corner that excludes some single-family residential houses between Lake Eola and the intersection of Rosalind and Colonial, which doesn't make any sense. And so I'd like that area included in District 3, which is a problem in map 6, but not in map 5 or map 7A. Also, I heard the discussion about the area near Turkey Lake. When the city of Orlando annexed Metro West, it left a very jagged border on the west side. And Metro West and Valencia State College are different from the other areas there. And so I think we should be willing to consider an amendment there, since it's a relatively small number of houses, as long as we don't blow up our total deviation, or have an extreme gerrymander. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Jim. Nicole Miracle, followed by Danny Culberson, followed by Marjorie Dillingham.
Hi, Nicole Miracle, 202 East South Street, apartment 1039, Orlando, and zip code 32801. I'm going to keep it really quick. I just think that map 2 should be removed from consideration because I think it's splitting too many communities and prioritizing giving power to wealthy areas over other areas. And that's all I'm going to say. Thanks.
Thank you. Danny Culberson.
Thank you. So Danny Culberson, 536 Lake Cove Point Circle. We had to get all the street names in there. And then that's in Winter Garden, 34787. First and foremost, thanks for the work that you're doing here. I know this is a grueling task, and everyone has an opinion, and I surely appreciate you listening to mine. So I'm here today to urge you to keep the communities of Winter Garden, Oakland, Windermere, Horizon West, and Gotha and Dr. Phillips together within District 1, and to highlight the serious consequences of some of the current proposals, which would cut District 1's only community center from our district. Winter Garden, Oakland, Windermere, Horizon West, Gotha, and Dr. Phillips are not just neighbors on a map. They're deeply interconnected communities of interest. We share schools, parks, public services, schools, parks, public services, and churches. Our residents participate in the same youth sports leagues, attend the same cultural events, and rely on the same infrastructure, such as the West Orange Trail, major roadways like State 50 and the Florida Turnpike. Our economic, social, and cultural ties are longstanding and well documented. For example, Winter Garden, Oakland, Gotha, and Windermere have a shared history dating back to the 19th century, and all 6 communities collaborate on regional initiatives and benefit from coordinated emergency services and utilities. When communities of interest are divided, it becomes harder for residents to advocate for shared needs, and elected officials may be less responsive to any one group. This undermines the principles of fair and effective representation, and that is the heart of the redistricting process. Most concerning, however, is the proposal to cut District 1's only community center from the district. Community centers are the backbone of neighborhood life. They provide essential, I'm running out of time. They provide essential health and wellness programs, educational and recreational activities, and serve as a gathering space that foster unity and civic engagement. I'm going to cut the rest short here because I'm down to 10 seconds. I would urge you to please support Map 1 or Map 7A, as I think that serves the community of District 1 best. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Marjorie Dillingham, followed by Liz Connor, I believe, followed by Pamela Sybil.
Okay, so my name is Marjorie Dillingham. I live at 7352 Woodland Court in the Woodlands of Windermere, unincorporated Orange County. And our HOA president asked me to kind of look into our situation of what happened during the rezoning of 2021, which got approved in 2022. And so these are the minutes from the final approval. And as you can see, the meeting took place on February the 22nd, and the minutes were approved in June of that year. And so I'm going to skip down here, and it shows, what this shows is, get down to this portion of the map, that the committee option, which some of you were a part of, was 13A-1. And the map for that and the map that was put into the minutes package for the approved redistricting plan are different. So this would be what actually got put into the packet. And in our particular area, which is right here, that is basically the only area that changed. And it changed the deviation, obviously. So what I have here are how our two areas looked with those two options that some of you put together. And as you can see, in this option, the Woodlands of Windermere and Windermere Village stay in District 1, which is what should have been on the map and what was approved by the county BCC. This map takes us and puts us in District 6. I have a particular theory, having been a GIS practitioner for 20 years and doing rezoning work for the school board. So I would think that this may have happened just by trying to transfer the smooth lines that you see here. And I'll leave it at that.
Thank you. I think it's Liz Comer or Liz Connor? Comer, okay.
I'll
It's okay.
separate and bring it.
Followed by Pamela Sybil, followed by Susie Morris.
I'm sorry.
Good evening. Thank you so much for your time and your active listening. We really appreciate it. My name is Liz Connor, and I live at 2744 South Tanner Road. I'm an active member of my community. I come here a lot. You can ask the BCC. So I wanted to mention a couple words: collaboration, community, advocacy, balance, history, representation, support, future, vibrant, residents, consistency, culture, equity, connection, data, facts, engaged, and synergy. What do these all have in common? Map 7A and Map 6-3. As was previously mentioned, and I don't want to harp on it, other residents mentioned they don't want to be split up. The map that was just showed, it makes sense. So I encourage you to listen to the residents that also couldn't be here tonight. I know there were many residents in my area that have sent emails, so I implore you to look at those. Some of the maps are concerning, not only because of how they're drawn, but also the motive behind them. Many community members have spoken up, and the rationale is divided. It splits communities, and they should be together. So something else that I think matters is consistency, balance, and a good mix. The words that I told you talked about districts that thrive and districts that are together. We do not want to separate those districts. I'm very thankful for my commissioners and others that listen to our communities, and I think you should, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Pamela Sybil, followed by Susie Morris, followed by Eugene Staccardo.
First, thank you so much for being here and not being tailgating or watching the UCF game. Some of us have to watch later. My name is Pamela Seibel, 16011 Old Cheney Highway, Orlando, Florida, 32833. We moved out to the rural area for lots of reasons. I was raised on a farm, and we enjoy it. And we also work hard to protect the rural area, work together with the rural settlements across Orange County. When we looked at the maps, there's concerns about the rural settlements if some of them are being broken up, but that work together, like Hart. So first off, all of you guys know that Orange County has budget concerns. So when you have budget concerns, you lose services or you don't get them, no matter how much development comes to your area. In our area, it's not in the census right now, but we have huge amount of development coming in our area, and we have lack of services. So it's imperative that we work with our urban area, incorporated area, to get some of those services and work together. We can have their recreation even more for them and come out and share. We can't split up what we have. So when we looked at the maps, we looked at Right now, I know for a fact that we have a $22 billion deficit in transportation. I talked to Parks and Rec today, and they're not expanding, and we need parks. So bottom line is preserve the rural while incorporating our partners. We don't want to lose what we call our community center. It's actually the Goldenrod Gym, and that's our gathering place. We don't have anything else unless we work with a church or the school. We don't want to lose that. We also don't want to lose the arts and recreation that we have in Winter Park and the partnership. I'm actually going to one of their performances coming up next month. We want to keep the community gym, like I said, but have services including an extra hospital in Winter Park. So what I'm asking is look at the maps, look at community, preserve the rural area, but not put all unincorporated in one map over 348 square miles. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, 7A, 6B, or 1.
I did not. Susie Morris, followed by Jean Staccardo, followed by Kathy Sheeran.
Good evening. My name is Susie Morris. I live at 3638 Lake Dottie Drive.
Could you lean a little closer? I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Okay.
There,
Is
perfect.
that better?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I'll make this short. I appreciate all the work that you have done on these maps. I'm sure it's been challenging, to say the least. I live in the Lake Pickett Rural Settlement in unincorporated Orange County, and my preferences are for map 7A with a backup map of 6B. Thank you.
Thank you. Jean Staccardo, followed by Kathy Sheeran, followed by Barbara Mansfield.
Good evening, Eugene Staccato, 331 Roswell Avenue. I'm a former resident of Winter Park. My family moved up in 1978. This is a little thing about what the mayor talked about. I'm supporting either map 1, 6, or 7 because I think Mr. Font's map was the basis of a good concept. It balances urban versus rural, which Commissioner Uribe pointed out to me early in after you guys shot down my first map, that I needed to do a better job on. So I heard that, and now I think his map represents that along with the other maps I just mentioned. I think that would balance the workload for the commissioners. If you put too much commissioner in in a city or urban, the state doesn't allow you to vary the staff members because of the budget. We have also, I think his map honors the previous designs of the districts, so I think that was a good thing. From a Winter Park standpoint, I never had a problem with Buffalo. I think it was a balanced thing. I think you have city and urban concerns. I think as a city person, I live in the city of Orlando now, I still support the rural areas. So that's why I think you should try to move at least three maps, and that should include one of the 4 types of maps that Mr. Font's vision was on, 1, 6, or 5, or 7. One of those should be presented. And over half the maps were of his design, so it does say something that they have legs. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Staccardo, and we did not shoot down your map. We lovingly rejected and appreciated your hard work. Kathy Sheeran.
Good evening. Thank you for your time and all your efforts. My name is Kathy Sheeran, 2450 Williams Road, Winter Garden, Florida. I'm a resident of the Lake Avalon Rural Settlement. I favor maps 1, 3, 6B, and 7A, especially 7A, where they better present synergy under one commissioner, allowing balanced advocacy for both growth and heritage, aligning with the committee's duty to consider all residents, not just those pushing for separation. Claims of broad support for map number 2 overstate the case and ignore broader public community favoring unity. One organization cites 150 members, public comments, municipalities, and the West Orange Chamber of Commerce as unified in favoring a split of District 1, but this represents a vocal minority rather than the full spectrum of West Orange residents. Many families in Horizon West and Lars identify strongly with Winter Garden as their core community, relying on its events, services, and historical continuity. Public meetings have also featured heartfelt pleas against fragmentation, highlighting risks to rural areas like Lake Avalon being overshadowed by urban priorities in a split district. Dismissing these voices to give Horizon West its own district risks inconsistent policies where having two commissioners focusing on different priorities and values, which will harm everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Barbara Mansfield, followed by Maria E. Casanova Baker, followed by Timothy Ayers.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Barbara Mansfield, 16362 Sand Hill Road in Winter Garden, Florida, 34787. I live in the rural settlement, Lake Avalon Rural Settlement. I moved there in 2019, and it is such a beautiful place. And I really don't want developers to come in and chop it all up, because that's what they want to do. We need your help to be sure that we remain a beautiful rural place with farms and animals and places to raise our families. Just so in case you didn't know, that the Lake Avalon Rural Settlement has been established and over 100 years ago. So this is a wonderful history. Please don't chop it up. Going forward, I would like to say that I'm in favor of map 1, 3, 6B, and 7. The biggest point of that is that it maintains our current agreements with Winter Garden, and any issues would fall under one county commissioner, not two. And we thank Nicole Wilson for all her wonderful work with the rural settlement, because she's just done a lovely job. So moving forward, map 7A is the preferred one, 7A. And what this does is it keeps the northern, western, and southern District 1 boundaries intact. Map 2 is the worst map for the rural settlement, for this wonderful 100-year-old established community, because it's possible that Winter Garden would annex us. And if that happens, then they're going to come in, they're going to make us be part of their sewer system, and we already have our own wells in our own system, so we do not need the financial burden that would occur for us. So I thank you for your consideration. 7A, 7A, 7A.
Thank you. Maria Casanova Baker.
Thank you all for your services. Thank you. My name is Maria Estela Casanova Baker, 16112 Sand Hill Road, Winter Garden, 34787. I also live in Lars, Lake Avalon Rural Settlement. Splitting Horizon West fractures over a century of shared identity and infrastructure, violating Florida's Fair District Amendment. This highlights Horizon West growth from orange groves to tens of thousands of residents, but ignores the unbreakable bonds with northern areas like Winter Garden, Oakland, Tildenville, Western Ocoee, and Lake Avalon Rural Settlement. These communities share mailing addresses. Majority of Horizon West has Winter Garden zip codes. Schools, roads, emergency services, and economic synergies forge over 100+ years. Map 2 will create arbitrary divisions leading to bureaucratic hurdles, such as navigating multiple commissioners for annexations or conservation. That could stall progress and share issues like traffic and rural preservations. This directly contravenes Article 3, Section 21 of Florida's Constitution, which requires districts to respect geographical boundaries and communities of interest to avoid diluting representation. In contrast, Map 1, 3, 6B, and the preferred one, 7A, as you have already heard, maintain this unity in District 1, ensuring compact, contiguous district that honor these ties and prevent the astonishing harm by keeping the region intact. Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Timothy Ayers, followed by 7 Charleston and Samuel Delgado. Mr. Ayers.
Thank you, co-chairwoman and man, for recognizing me tonight. I stand before you to reiterate my support for what I remember as Henry Map 1, which is listed as Map 5 on the agenda, with some cleanup work to address split communities. The group of 15 community leaders from all across the current 6 districts that met with me to develop a map would support Map 2, Henry Map 2, which I believe is Map 7A on your agenda, if they're willing to make some modifications by moving Maitland back into District 2, South Apopka into their proposed District 7, and the area surrounding Barnett Park back into their proposed District 6. And I yield back my time. Hopefully it will become your burden as you deal with the amendments ahead.
Thank you so very much. 7 Charleston.
Hey y'all, my name is 7 Charleston, and I rely in District 6. I'm gonna try to be quick because I stutter and I speak slow. We made like a rubric for what we think a strong, equitable map would be for Orange County in general. You know, I'm one of the co-authors of Map 7A, and yeah, this is what we think would be a rubric for a very strong map. Accurate demographic representation. 3 non-Hispanic white districts, 3 Hispanic districts, and 2 non-Hispanic black districts. Not splitting any communities outside of what's inevitable. We've all kind of established that City of Orlando is likely going to be split in this process. And also 2 black pluralities of at least 10%. We made a metric of like how strong each of the pluralities are to kind of give a representation of like what a strong plurality is versus not, et cetera. We know that within this process, we have to make 2 new districts, and we know that it's likely going to be more of an effect to District 6. So we put that factor up there because we want to make sure that we maintain the integrity of what District 6 was made for in the first place, and that's black representation in Orange County. If you can go to the next slide. All right, I got 30 seconds left, so I'm gonna go, if you can go to the next slide after this one. So this is kind of a representation of like which maps uphold those values. And the closest maps that uphold those values are Henry 2, a font 2, and a font 1. If you can go to the next slide. So these are just the numbers that talk about all those different, the differences between each of those districts. So the percentage you see is just the difference between the plurality of the best and the second best. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Charleston.
Oh, thank you.
Samuel Dunlap, I'm sorry, Jesus. Samuel Delgado, I should know this one, followed by David Shikaido. It's just beginning, followed by Lori Forrester. Samuel.
Good evening, board members. I'm Samuel Delgado. I'm a representative of Central Florida Jobs with Justice. And I can be found at 1510 East Colonial Drive. You know, I'm working on promoting Henry Map 2, 7A, alongside my colleagues at Las Semillas of Pine Hills. on behalf of the working people here in Orange County. Those are, the people that we represent as an organization, as a collection of labor unions and community orgs. And so those are the interests underlying why we made the map the way that we did. And so for that reason, the rubric that we developed, that Seven just presented to you all, we kind of graded which maps meet those objectives. And 2 of the maps that were proposed fail on all 3 of those measures. And so those are the maps that I'm urging you all today to not consider for the board's approval when you push this forward at the end of the day today. And so those are, as you can see, Washington 2 and Callan 2. And so in Callan 2, what we see is that it only has 1 black plurality district. And that one of those districts, the division of Pine Hills, puts that part of it into a 57% white majority district. So we see that would dilute the votes of the black voters there. Washington 2 has, huge number of divisions of communities, and, creates this central district that I talked about last time. Baga 2, we saw some additional issues, basically that 3 of the 4 white plurality districts have majorities, and so we urge you to vote those 3 down. And so, we really want you to vote in favor of map 7, but we would, thank you so much about it.
Thank you. David Cicado. Caicedo, sorry. I should know this.
Yeah, you got that. You got it. Caicedo.
It's not your first time in the world.
I'm David Caicedo, he, him pronouns, and I live in 4032 Lake Underhill Road. And I'm here to advocate also for map 7A, aka Henry 2. And while I'm here to do that, we also proactively made some edits to our map. And I'm with Las Semillas, one of the co-creators also of the map 7A. And we made edits to the map, potential edits, if we were to make it to the next step of the process, that can help address some concerns that have been spoken about. So to maintain the urban core of the District 5, we suggest adding neighborhoods to south of Mills to 408. The bottom of District 5 can be moved back into District 8 to 528 to address committee concerns. Taking note from Henry 1 similarities and shared history, we suggest moving south of Apopka to District 7. Maitland and Gotha can then be moved into District 2, as folks have requested. District 3 can be extended eastbound to include newly built community center. And with this potential edit, District 3, as they have requested, would have their community center back in the core of their district. And to make up for population loss in District 4, it could be extended southbound to include similar socioeconomic communities. And I think it's also important to name that and emphasize that even with these acceptable edits, we would not want Winter Park to be in the same district as Pine Hills for lack of similarities, right? And it would detract attention from representation. And these are, as you can see, just differences, more differences with the new edit in our current map.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Next is Lori Forrester and Denise Martinez, and I understand one is giving the other some time, so whoever is doing the speaking for the two of you, you get 1 more minute.
Thank you. Lori Forrester, 16050 Sand Hill Road, sorry. thank you all for all the work you've done. I don't envy you. It's not easy, and you've been very diligent at trying to get this together. But as passionate as some people were for MAP 2, I am equally as passionate about removing MAP 2 from consideration. This map deeply fractures the interconnectivity of our West Orange County communities in a way that would remove over a century of shared identity, history, synergy of our communities' social, cultural, and economic interests, all with long-term risks to residents' quality of life. Separating them nearly guarantees inconsistent policies, detrimental outcomes for both the new and generations of families invested in this area versus our ability to thrive. We share our mailing addresses, roads, schools, infrastructure, small and large economic areas with Winter Garden, which is also our core identity and critical to the interconnectivity of this area. If Winter Garden in whole or in part is split from these areas, it would burden those residents who live adjacent and south with fragmented BCC representation that could stall progress on everything from traffic to growth to the quality of life. Dividing this area arbitrarily erodes the continuity that has been in place for decades. MAP 2 is the most negatively consequential as it slices District 1 and District 2 directly along the Lake Avalon rural boundary line, thus removing Winter Garden from District 1, and most importantly conflicts with the redistricting standards for Florida noted in the state's constitution, following existing geographical and political boundaries where feasible to maintain communities' integrity is mandated. This map also increases annexation risks with Winter Garden that would overly burden residents by having to navigate two separate county commissioners, creating additional bureaucracy and inefficiency, and with two county commissioners with different values would create conflicting priorities. This is a recipe for constant impasse, creating harm and hardship for the residents versus maintaining the synergy that has been responsible for this area's prosperity for nearly a century. My hope is that you will support maps 1, 3, 6B, and 7A and move them forward onto the BCC. Thank you.
Thank you. Giancarlo Rodriguez, followed by Tangela Chimney, followed by Dolores Gins. Remarkably, we're starting to get close to the end of our public comment. If there's anyone who is here who still wishes to speak, please fill out a form and I'll have them bring it to me. Otherwise, if I don't have a form, we can't have you address. Mr. Rodriguez.
Hello, everybody. My name is Giancarlo Rodriguez. I live at 1647 East Colonial Drive, 320, honestly, I forgot my zip code, 32825. It can be hard to say goodbye, but tonight, I think it's going to be easy to say goodbye to MAP 2. MAP 2 is a gerrymandered map that doesn't represent Orange County. It doesn't represent working class communities and actually dilutes the voting power of black and brown voters in Orange County. It has 5 majority white districts and only 2 majority Latino districts when the white and Latino population is roughly the same. I believe that MAP 2 wouldn't be representing Orange County at all. And I believe that if you are, representing us, right, the people of Orange County, that you will remove MAP 2 from consideration tonight. As for maps that you should move forward, I believe you heard a lot of very good things about MAP 7, and I want to echo that. I think MAP 7 represents Orange County really well in urban areas, suburban areas, and the ethnic makeup of Orange County, and I think it's a fair map that truly represents us. I hope that you will move that map forward because I think also it will make it easier for us to, fight for issues here at home when we have districts that are fair, to fight for things like affordable housing, to fight for things like public transportation, things that are very important to our communities. If we have a map like MAP 2 that slices and dices communities, it's going to be incredibly difficult to get that done. And you've even heard commissioners today who their job is essentially to bring money to their communities say how MAP 2 would make that harder. So I hope that, priority number 1 tonight is to say goodbye to MAP 2, and let's get MAP 7 to the Board of County Commissioners. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Angela Chimney, followed by Dolores Gins, followed by Rose Henderson. Oh, this is a 1, 2, and 3, right in order. Okay.
Thank you for another opportunity to address the board tonight. My name is Tangela Chimney. My address is 14568 Sipling Road in Winter Garden, Florida. For my community, Tildenville, Florida, to survive, I choose for the board consideration Washington 2 map still. To survive as a community, I'm the president of the Tildenville Safe Neighborhood. When I promised my board that I would stand up and support our community of Tildenville, we would like to choose to stay with Washington 2, our old historic communities, Oakland, East Winter Garden, and Ocoee. In other words, I plan on showing up. For so long, this community has mostly been ignored and forgotten, Tildenville. Shame on Mr. West Hodge for speaking the words that he spoke about the fakeness. We speak for ourselves. We don't need anybody to speak for us. Our organization met with him in one of our board members' homes, and he asked us for his vote. But to come and say that we're fake voices, we're being pushed by somebody else, no, we choose our own. It was our choice to hear from him, my choice. And again, I feel Washington 2 map is best for Tildenville. The Horizon West area will be a state-of-the-art area of growth. Congratulations. This area has so much room to continue growing. So many of their needs and concerns appear to be different than our needs as an old established community. Old historic Winter Garden in Tildenville feels like peace of mind and safety, in other words, my little Mayberry town of Tildenville. Again, I choose the Washington 2 map. Thank you so much for this opportunity once again.
Thank you very much. Dolores Gins.
My voice is not that well tonight, but I thank you for allowing me to get up here and speak. My name is Dolores Gins. My address is 14862 Colchester Street in Winter Garden, Florida, which is Tildenville, Florida. When I decided to speak, I thought about how long I've been in Tildenville. I was born and raised in the house that I'm living in now. You know, and they talk about Avalon. I used to go fishing. I used to go hunting out in Avalon. It has grown up now to where there's nothing there but homes. There's no, there's no rural to it anymore like it used to be. I understand that there has to be growth. In order to achieve something, there has to be growth. But that's a little too much growth. And we want to stay, we don't want to stay small like we are, but we want to stay together. So we want to stay with Winter Garden, with Ocoee, with Oakland. We want to stay with people, with communities that we know, that we feel comfortable in. You know, we don't feel comfortable with all this technology and everything that's coming in there now. We don't feel comfortable with that because it's so many changes that they're throwing at us at one time. Instead of allowing us to grow into it, they're throwing it at us at one time. And I say again, Washington 2 is the map that I choose because I want to stay small. I want to stay with the people that I'm comfortable with. And that's Tildenville, that's Winter Garden, that's Oakland, and that's Ocoee. Thank you.
Thank you. Rose Henderson, followed by Sarah El Badri, followed by Mark Patterson. Ms. Henderson.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening, and thank you once again for allowing me to speak before the board for my concerns for my Orange County future. My name is Rose Henderson. I live at 2 Massey Avenue, Winter Garden, Florida, Tildenville, Florida. I am still choosing the Washington map too, even though there are many maps out there. I'm a member of the Tildenville Safe Neighborhood. The Washington 2 map brings balance to my small community. If we are not taken out of Horizon West, we stand to lose all of our ways of life. I've lived in larger cities. I've lived in Fort Lauderdale. I've lived in Atlanta. I've lived in Decatur, so I know about large cities. I might not be the smartest one in this room, yet I can hold my own in comprehension. Coming before this board to me has been a great opportunity, but to me, the Greek word that comes to mind is this has been a kairos moment. And when I say that in the Christian vernacular, it means the right time and an opportune time and a pivotal time with God divinely appointed purpose to intersect with where we are today. So Tildenville is here at this most opportune time. Yes, we feel like the government maybe has not been there for us, but then we are now standing accountable for our own mistakes because we have not shown up. And today and from now on, we will be at the table. Whether we get a chair or have to sit on the floor, Tildenville will be there. So again, this meeting has reminded me of the song Rich Men North of Richmond by Oliver Anthony, which I have it, and which it changes. It said the commissioners, the board, and Orange County. Some of the words, I am an old soul living in a new world. You just can't take control. You want to know what I think, you want to know what I do, and it won't work. So Mr. Hodge, please don't attack the everyday citizens that are trying to find a seat at the table. And like I stated, even if I have to sit on the floor to be a part of this, I will be here. Thank you once again for this opportunity.
Thank you very
This is
much.
part 3 or part 4. Oh, my time is up. Never mind.
Thank you so much. Sarah El Badri, followed by Mark Patterson, followed by my last speaker card, Ken Peach. So if there's anyone else who wishes to speak, please fill out a speaker card. Ms. El Badri.
Hi, good evening.
Okay, that's not fair.
Hi, my name is Sarah Al-Badri, 1520 Arlington Street, Orlando, Florida, 32805. I'm here to represent my household. We are currently voters in District 6. I want to start by saying thank you all. I have watched these meetings on YouTube. They're long. So you guys are physically here in person for weeks making this work happen, and really appreciate the amount of time and consideration you are putting into these maps. So I just want to start there. I'm here to support a couple maps. The first map I am here to support is map 7, and I think that was Henry 2. One of the things I want to say about that map, I think it was put together by a really diverse and incredible coalition of citizen advocates who really want to see their community well represented. Today, the Pine Hills Transfer Center opened. I worked on that project many moons ago. And that was just when the work on that project started, wasn't when the advocacy started. The Pine Hills community is a community that when it wants to see something done, will get it done. And one of the things that they have been really strongly supporting is really strong representation. I think map 7 helps take that into consideration. The second point I want to make about map 7 is that it maintains substantial representation for communities that for years have had to fight for that representation, not just the Pine Hills community, but the other districts that deserve representation that knows the struggles of the communities that are in those districts. And then finally, I think map 7 is one that only splits the city of Orlando. I think Apopka might also be split, but I think tonight they offered an amendment that would fix that. So strong support for map 7. Other maps I would support or I think deserve your support, are map 1 and map 5. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Mark Patterson.
Good evening, and thank you very much for all your service. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. My name is Mark Patterson. My address is 19801 Sheldon Street, 32833. It's District 5, which I love. I love the rural community. I love living out there because it just gives us something that we don't normally get when my parents lived down in Meadow Woods. What you have done the past several weeks is God's feat. and we appreciate it. I've been here with you many times and seen what you've had to go through and the time you've put in, so we appreciate all that you've done. I just want to start by saying that you were created to be the voice of the people, not the voice of the politicians. They've already been elected, not the voice of their staff. They've already been appointed, but to be the voice of the people. And my only request of this entire committee is that you take that into consideration in any map that you decide to put forward to the Board of County Commissioners. No matter what the elected officials feel, this is the one time where us as individuals, as citizens, get to come forward and just let you know where our hearts lie, so that if you don't hear it from our commissioners, you hear it straight from us. So thank you for taking the time to listen to us and even indulge us in this capacity. So many of the maps that you have looked at have changed a lot of things, and nobody likes change. But change is going to come regardless. We voted for that change, and that's the change that we're going to get. We're going to get 2 new districts. Some of the maps are great, some of the maps are bad. I do like the Henry 2 map, I do like the Washington 2 map. But one map is going to be chosen that's going to be made to represent the majority of us. And in that ungodly task that y'all are going to have to undertake to put forward to the Board of County Commissioners, I just ask that you consider all of the information that's been provided to you by the citizens of Orange County, because they're the only ones that really matter in this entire debate. And take into consideration the people who have communities who really have voices that want to be heard, that only had the opportunity to voice those concerns here today and over the past few weeks. Put it together, put something forward that we can all be proud of. We're proud of the work that you're doing, and just continue to do it. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Our final speaker, unless someone wishes to, at least from the public, wishes to fill out another speaker card, we can only hope. Ken Peach.
Thank you very much. And I had also been out to the West Orange meeting, and I know God bless you for the time that you're putting in on this. I'm Ken Peach, 7146 Shadywood Lane in the Woodlands Village, and you've heard tonight from Woodlands Village and Woodlands at Windermere. The odd thing about all of the maps is there's a little notch between just over the turnpike in the area north of Conroy, Windermere, and the area east of Hiawassee. And those 2 neighborhoods are not part of the city, even though when you cross over the wall at the back of our neighborhood, you are. So I think in looking at our services, they're provided to us and have been by the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the Orange County Fire Rescue. We go to Windy Ridge Elementary, Chain of Lakes Middle School, Olympia High School, all directed into the Dr. Phillips area. And clearly tonight, having heard the issue and looked at the maps of what happened in 2022, I think that looks like there was an error. Now, since all 7 maps have that cutout, and 2 of them have us, map 2 and map 6B, both are identifying us as part of Dr. Phillips, a good correction for whatever map is chosen would be to make sure that we all reflect the fact that we should be part of the Dr. Phillips area and not part of the city of Orlando to our immediate east. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Is there anyone else from the public wishing to speak? Please fill out a speaker's card. Time's up. Okay. Commissioner Uribe, you wanted to speak last.
Good evening, board, and I want to thank all the residents that are here and the ones that are left. And man, when I said I'd speak last, you should have said you realize there's 37 people in front of you, but no, it's good. I missed Meet the Teacher night, but it's okay. I got a number 2 taking care of that. But I wanted, one thing that consistently remains is that everyone has a special heart and a special story for what they're fighting for in this map. And what's going to be interesting as us as a board, the recommendations that come forward to us, is that we're all going to try to come together and find something that makes a way of coming together. I know you're attempting to submit 2 maps, but the reality is there'll be one. In the end, it'll be one. And I got to let you know that it doesn't mean that the one is going to look like even the 2 that are being submitted. Because I think it's very fair and honest that Commissioner Wilson clearly has a vision for that area. Commissioner Semrat has a vision for area. Commissioner Scott has a vision for their area. I have a vision for my area. And I don't want to go through, because we've gone through so many maps, and I listen to all of you, and every time you guys make a comment, I go and I look at it. And I've actually shared it with my partner here sitting next to me to try to understand what is driving you to make a decision. And it's very contentious, obviously, on the on the west side of the county. I do have a preference. I actually think none of them are quite perfect. I think all of them bring a little something to the table. I do worry about, I'm going to be honest and candid, that's why I'm here. I worry about maps that split up District 3 into 2, 3, or 4 districts, because we really try to keep the essence of not necessarily the voter, but the community. See, to me, it's the voice of that community having a voice when they decide to elect who will represent their area. And ladies and gentlemen, not just next year, but in 2028 and 2030. And I think that's what's important here. I do want to commend these young men for really listening and trying to put together a map that, Mr. Henry, because I've loved your map 1, but I also see a concern for your map 2, and it's very valid. And I think they found a way of really trying to combine a little bit of everyone's area. I hope you'll consider it. I know you're very much in the last end. To me, selfishly, for District 3, I look at Callan 2. But when I say I look at Callan 2, I look at it for my district, okay? I'm not looking at it for District 1, District 2. And so, but if we can find a way to move those lines and bring it together, I'm very interested in this proposal. I'm looking at it, I can't quite squeeze into streets because I know my district, just like where you all live, you all know that district. And, but I really, really hope, chairmans over here, that you can try to maybe look at some of these lines that we move. I think, with all honesty, Henry Map 1 is another one that I've always appreciated, but let's try, it's going to be so hard for you all. And I leave this with you all because everyone has a story. And even I have a story. And I don't want to even be selfish and say, well, who's going to be my next commissioner? Because I'm going to have one too. But I'm really, really trying to protect the community so that they feel they have a voice on whoever gets elected in their roles. And ultimately, that's what I want to leave you with. And I hope you'll consider these young men who really worked hard. They looked at numbers. They looked at fairness and the ability for people to represent the communities that you guys are going to draw for today. And with that, I really don't want to say too much, and I don't want to threaten you all of what I am going to do or what I'm not going to do or what I'm going to accept. I'm going to have some faith in what you present to us, but I hope you can find a way to bring that all together and try to create a balance. I spoke to Mayor, I call her Sheila, that's so bad, Mayor from Winter Park. And, you know, she liked the Callan map too, because as her municipality and as that mayor, that makes sense. And so if you all can find that balance tonight, I commend you because it'll make our life a little bit easier when we look at these. And we won't have the luxury, and I know Commissioner Wilson's here, and I admire her expertise, but one thing I really appreciated you two men for saying is, in their adjustment of the map, they're going to guarantee that I get to keep a community center. And that has come up a lot. But community centers are open to everybody. They're not, if you got to show your district card to get in, but I do know about the ability to have access to it. So thank you all. I don't want to really say any more. I've said a lot, so if I have a timer, I would have already been buzzed. But thank you all. And it's hard because I listened with passion, everybody here with passion tonight on why they're here. And I hope we can do something and move it forward. So thank you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you, Commissioner. Is there anyone else wishing to address us? Any other cards out there? I think everyone here has spoken. I'm not sure. I think so. Okay, if there are no other public comments, I will close the public comment period and move on to agenda item D, review and approval of the minutes. The minutes are in your packet. They were posted online. Hopefully you've had an opportunity to review them. Is there a motion to amend or approve the minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Got a motion from Co-Chair Evans and a second from Member Jones to approve the minutes. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, administrative matters, summary review of procedures. Attorney White.
Good evening. I will be very brief. I want to clear up a couple of things that came out during public comment. The first thing I want to clear up is the discussion about the Fair Districts amendments. Act that is codified in the Florida Constitution, that does not apply to county-level redistricting. That sets standards for state legislative redistricting and apportionment, and if you read it, it actually just codifies the traditional redistricting principles that we are already following. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. One other thing to think about, the voting age, the citizen voting age population percentage does not control whether or not minority vote dilution has occurred. Voting patterns do, and that takes us back to those Gingles factors that we've heard a lot about. So I just wanted you all to keep that in mind as you're debating and discussing tonight. And the last thing I wanted to inform you all of is that there are exactly 14 of you tonight. That means if there is a tie vote, the motion fails. Majority vote wins. So with that, good luck.
Thank you, Attorney White. Committee, got anything? Okay, so I just want to walk through what we're going to do now, per the rules that we had. The goal is to land the plane, 2 maps. We will go map by map through what we have. We'll do it in order of the agenda. I think most people know what they want to do currently anyway. The creator of the map that we're discussing will have 5 minutes to just remind us about the map, and if you've got any suggestions or tweaks or changes. Then we'll open for a moderate conversation about those maps. Our consultants are here. If we want to make some changes like moving Woodlands or moving Tildenville, they can do it for us on the fly, run the numbers for us, and confirm that those are appropriate or inappropriate changes. After we have a conversation on each map, we'll do conversation, and I will look for a motion to either reject this map or advance this map. And if we get to the end of the night and we've advanced more than 2, we'll revisit those maps again to try to narrow ourselves down to 2 tonight. The goal is to finish tonight so that at our next meeting, the last meeting, the 23rd meeting of this group, we'll be able to approve our findings of fact, get our message of the county commission together, and move the process forward. So with that, are there any questions on the process or procedures? Okay, wonderful. Seeing none. Let's start. Map 1, Jimmy Font. Just remind us.
Let me remind everybody, this was the first map that was approved.
Wait, can we get them up on the screen? Okay. And Jimmy, you got 5 minutes to do this.
I've done this before. I'm going to make this very simple. I appreciate the people who came out here tonight supporting this map. This was the first map that my idea was to keep every community together. Some have imitated me, and they've told me that, and I appreciate that very much. What I did, I started with my own area, District 5. I took out of District 5 Winter Park and Maitland and put them together with Pine Hills, put them together with Rosemount, put them together with Carconacoy, and put them all into one new district. I gave it 7 to give the new commissioner 10 years to straighten out that area. Just want that to be said out, clear. District 2, somebody tells me that there's a little thing there that looks kind of strange and yellow. As the mayor could tell us, that is Lockhart. From day one, I left Lockhart in District 2. I was smart enough to know better. For those of you who do not know it, that's an internal joke. What did I do with, other than that? District 2 gave up part of Pine Hills that it had, and District 6 gave up part of Pine Hills that it have, and Pine Hills, for the first time, is proposed to be one in one district altogether. Kept everything else of District 2 and District 1 intact. I keep hearing about Taylorsville and Oakland and everything. They're still there in my map. They always have been. The only thing I took out of District 1 was Hunter's Creek. Why? Because Hunter's Creek is right next to Meadowwoods. That's more in common with Meadowwoods than it has with Winter Garden. District 6, after I took out Pine Hills, remains the same. I did not touch one other thing. I created a new District 8 that comes from basically all the way, part of District 4, all the way to Hunter's Creek. I left District 4 basically the same, with the only thing, it went to the west and took a part of District 4. And with all due respect, I grown up, my kids grow up here. And District 3 and 4, just like they said a few minutes ago, people interconnect in that area, so it's not like they are going to be that divided. Otherwise, this map maintains 100% of the old map. That's what was my second goal. This thing of trying to split up and make new communities and do this and do that was something that I think would confuse the people. I tried to keep the core of the districts. I tried my best to make sure that everything stayed as close as possible with the least amount of disturbance. That to me was crucial. This map was approved by the majority of this board, and I appreciate that, and I thank you for that. But I would have to say that I'm kind of honored to hear so many people come out here and put me as their one of their preferences. And particularly, I want to thank the city of Maitland for making me number 2. City of Winter Park, for which I represent here, did not, but I will take as much help as I could get in this matter. I will now entertain any questions you might have, because I know you have questions.
Yeah. Jimmy, are you done with your presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep it short.
No,
and
I
asking
appreciate that.
everybody to do that.
It's going to be a long night. We're going to open discussion on this map, and after a few moments of this, we will look for a motion. Bobby.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to say that I intend to vote favorably on this map, and I thank for all the comments, and particularly the Woodlands of Windermere and Woodlands Village. I represented you. I've walked your neighborhoods countless times, and I don't know what the protocol is, Mr. Chairman, but I intend to vote for this map. And I don't know if it's now for me to make a motion or me to ask Jimmy to amend his map, but I would love for their consultants to draw the Woodlands of Windermere and the Woodlands Village back into District 1. I don't know what the procedure is for that.
Well, we can certainly do that. We've got let me get a second on that motion to amend, and then we'll have that conversation. Got a second on that from Gordon? You don't get to third. We don't need a third, Jimmy. Oh.
I agree with.
Okay. I got you. Do you all know where Woodlands is on the map so we can make that change and see what the result becomes?
Mr. Chairman, if I may follow up?
Please. Well, there's
on every map that I'm voting favorable for, I will be planning on making the same amendment.
I figured that, yeah. We will give this a moment. I presume there's going to be one or two that are going to be consistent throughout. So once we find those, while they continue to look, anything else, Bobby, or can I move through the discussion? Okay, great. Angel.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. This is a great map, Member Alfond. I did not vote on it. It's the only meeting that I missed on May 22nd, but I went back and I watched the video of that, and this is a very good map because it keeps everything the same. In a year that's had so much, so many issues here at the county and so many important issues that they're dealing with, this is a very simple decision for a member of the county commission because it keeps everything the same. And I intend to also support this map with the Olszewski amendment to include the Windermere communities. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Angel. Tom?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Jimmy, I like your map too. The only it was perfect map, except I didn't like the downtown part going with the east side of the county. And that's still out there. Maybe we can nip and tuck it later on, but I'm going to vote for this map to go moving forward. This is my second favorite map as well.
Mark?
So I think I really appreciate, because I kind of ended up with the same rubric. I think it's Mr. Charles, is it?
Charleston.
Charleston, thank you. And when you look at the numbers, without a doubt, Mr. Alphonse's map is the only one, along with Pedro Rodriguez's amendments, that only splits one city and one community. So I think they're very similar maps, and I would agree with both of these maps, quite honestly, but they are almost identical. So I don't know if it's worth moving both of these up. I would vote for both of them because I think they are numerically the most sound. I just don't know if it's really necessary to send two such similar maps, but something to think about.
Thank you, Mark. I would, as we have that conversation, we want to get down to two, and the county commission will be tweaking. So if we've got two good base maps to work with, we'll be perfect. I think one or the other. Is there any other comments on map one? Are we ready to take a look at the line change? Is that doable?
They're taking the people from the area to help out.
Okay, well, this may take a second, but we do have a motion and a second on the floor that we need to deal with. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mr. Chairman, can you repeat what we just had a motion and a second for, please?
Yeah, it was your motion and second, Bobby, to incorporate the Woodlands section into district map, into District 1 on map 1. It was your motion. So we'll just, that's the only amendment.
Sorry,
Sonda?
if I may. Procedurally, I think it would be better to decide whether or not you want to advance the map first and then move forward with the motion for the amendment.
Well, we might want to advance it with the amendment, though. And I've got an open amendment on the floor. So
Okay.
I need to deal with that.
Okay, so we're doing a water run. Anybody want water?
Great, thank you. Ms. Williams?
Just so the members know, once they make the amendment, it'll be up on your screens. Right now, they're tinkering, so just if you wonder what's going on.
Yeah, no, we're keenly aware of the tinkering.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Bobby?
Can I please just clarify for the record that the amendment does include both the Woodlands of Windermere and Woodland Village, both of the neighborhoods? Is that correct?
That is what
Okay.
you said. That is what you said. But thank you for clarifying. Is our tinkering progressing? Jimmy?
Bobby, thank you. I should have picked that up sooner. I appreciate your help.
I will be making two more amendments this evening on the same topic, so if we want to prepare ourselves mentally.
Well, hopefully, once we know where they are, this will be very doable. Jason, I'm sorry, I didn't see you put yourself in the queue.
No, you're good. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a really quick note on this map. I'd like it as well. I appreciate that Pine Hills has been placed in one district, but I do have concerns that it's matched with Maitland and Winter Park. Winter Park and Maitland getting the opportunity to potentially vote for their own commission, I know is important to them. But also I know the concern from Pine Hills was to ensure that their interests were put to the forefront. So that's my only concern with the map, but I just wanted to make that note.
Thank you. Are we almost there?
We have made the change. We are just trying to share the right screen.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Bobby.
since we have time, we are voting on the amendment, and then afterwards, and we're voting on the acceptance. Or-
Correct.
Okay.
Well, there's not been a motion to accept it yet, but certainly counting noses, we'll probably make that vote next. but we don't have that motion yet. Exactly. Are we close? This cannot take 10 minutes each time. Okay, we got something on the screen coming up here. There we go.
So if you look at my screen, this is the area here, which used to be in District 6, and I have just moved it to District 1. This area, if you can see my cursor, from here, and if I were to name the streets, it's Haivasa Street. And if I'm not pronouncing them correctly, bear with me. So
Hiawassee and Conroy Windermere is basically that corner. Feels like it's a small piece of the community. Attorney White, are we comfortable that that's not going to change any of our legal analysis?
I would need to know the amount of people that were moved.
okay, I will tell you the number of people, and I will also tell you that the maximum deviation is 6%.
We're okay with that. And the people?
And the people, just one sec.
Mr. Chairman, is there a way to extend that to the, I believe that's a turnpike there. I can't, I'm getting older and it looks like it says Country Club Drive from here.
It does say Conroy Club Drive. I think it's Conroy Club.
Conroy.
Okay. Oh, it's right in front of me here.
Conroy Club Drive. So what you're seeing selected in blue, that is what it is, and it has 421 people. And if I'll tell you the number. So there are 253 which are non-Hispanic white, 72 are Hispanic, and there are 36 black, non-Hispanic black, and and the total number of voting age population is 336.
Okay, so Attorney White, I would presume we're comfortable with this on the legality side.
Yes, we are.
Bobby, I know where you were going, which is what if we just draw the line up and include that Conroy Club Road? Because that looks like an outlier parcel there, if you can see that. Oh, it's in the city? Okay, never mind. Thank you for that. Gordon, you were in queue. Mic on. Oh. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to amend the map as seen here. Council has given us the information that that is not affecting the legality of the map in any way, shape, or form. Is there any more discussion on the motion, or is there a call for the question? Question has been called. We've got a motion to amend the map as presented by Bobby. We've got a second on the question. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we will call the question. Oh, I'm sorry. It didn't seem to, from what they just said. Yep.
No, it does not.
Yep. So clerk, will you please call the roll? And this is on the amendment. This is not advancing the map. It's amending the map. They will need a separate motion to advance it.
Member Olszewski?
Aye.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Member Kilsheimer? Aye. Member De La Portilla?
Aye.
Member Arias? Yes. Member Callen? Aye. Member Washington?
Yes.
Member Baga is absent. Member Jones?
Yes.
Co-Chair Perez?
Yes.
Co-Chair Evans?
Yes.
Member Spears? Yes. Member Affont?
Yes.
Member Pizzini?
Aye.
Member Henry?
Yep.
And the vote passes.
I think that's the first unanimous vote we've had in 21 meetings. No, we had one before? Sorry. We had one other. I apologize. All right, so the motion carries to amend the map as suggested by Bobby Ocheski. Is there now a motion on the map itself?
I make the motion to accept the map.
Bobby makes a motion to accept the map, accepted by Gordon Spears. Is there any additional discussion on this map? Seeing none, the question has been called by Member Alfant. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Member Ocheski?
Aye.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Member Kilsheimer? Aye. Member De La Portilla?
Aye.
Member Arias?
Yes.
Member Callen? Member Washington?
Yes.
Member Baga is absent. Member Jones?
Aye.
Co-Chair Perez?
Yes.
Co-Chair Evans?
Aye.
Member Spears?
Yes.
Member Font?
Yes.
Member Pizzini?
Aye.
Member Henry?
Yeah.
Motion passes.
All right, motion carries. We have now advanced our first map, so we're very excited about that. Now we're going to have some fun conversations. Let's move on to map 2. David, you're up. You got about 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes.
Thank you, Co-Chair Perez.
Hang on, let him get the map up before you start. Can we get that map up?
Okay, they are already denied my map. Okay. 28.
Scott, is that us or is that?
Okay, there we go.
There it is.
All right. Again, I want to thank everyone for being here and lasting this long. I'd like to thank the co-chairs, my fellow committee members. Also want to thank Commissioner Maribel Gomez-Cordero for her appointment of me to this committee representing District 4. And of course, I want to thank the many community members who have come here in person, who have given public comment here, and also who have given electronic comment on this process. Kudos to you again. This is the community engagement that I was expecting and what I preach often. So, just a quick recollection of Washington 2 map. It's a map rooted in integrity and representation, preserving communities of interest, ensuring fair and legal representation, playing for responsible growth, reflecting stakeholder voices. A special shout out to my teams who helped me put this map together. My teams use a variety of tools and resources, and of course, your community voices to put this particular map together. I'm very proud of their effort, and I appreciate them. So, very quickly, District 1, it keeps Horizon West together. A critical need for unincorporated master plan community. It includes Windermere, the Butler chain of lakes, Bay Hill, and Dr. Phillips, all communities with clear common interests in environmental preservation, infrastructure, and quality of life priorities. Excuse me. This map in District 1, particularly, was designed with transportation corridors in mind, creating a district that is compact, realistically serviceable, and fully navigable without leaving its boundaries. It reflects the community and commissioner requests to keep the Avalon and Gotha rural settlements together, ensuring strong influence for rural interests and protection against development encroachment. It creates space for planned future growth without diluting current voices, positioning this district for long-term stability and representational fairness. District 2 reunites the historic municipalities of Coe and Winter Garden together in one district. It includes Oakland, a known community of common interest to Winter Garden, includes unincorporated areas such as the historically black community of Tildenville in the same district as the historically black community of East Winter Garden. It's compact, geographically sensible, and built around State Road 50, Bulford Avenue, and other familiar civic corridors. It honors overwhelming public comment from municipal residents in West Orange who asked to be separated from Horizon West to have greater focus on the unique needs in historical areas. It places the entire Lake Apopka in one district. District 3, it brings Hunter Creek to the east to relieve pressure off the heavily populated District 1, just as shown popular in many map proposals. It places the airport in a single district rather than splitting it up, leaves Lake Nona together in one district, reunites Taft with South Chase and Meadow Woods, the first of two majority Hispanic districts. District 4, a compact and logical district that follows clear geographic boundaries, including East Colonial Drive, Cimarron Boulevard, and the 528 Beach Line Expressway.
Scott, could you put the map back up, please? Thanks.
It leaves Azalea Park and Rio Pinar together in one district. It becomes the second and largest Hispanic district at 56.5%. District 5 leaves the University of Central Florida and Research Park in District 5. Long criticized shape of District 5 is corrected, prioritize concentrated attention to eastern rural communities. While maintaining balanced population density, the new district creates a strong opportunity for a preservation-minded commissioner. In District 6, it remains the majority black district. Maintains the I-Drive corridor in District 6, keeps Oro Vista in District 6, and retains Pine Hills traditional lines.
David, can you wrap it up in 30?
45? Thank you. District 7, one of the two districts concentrated in the area situated just west of Center in Orange County. It brings fairness and balance to the region, keeps Maitland and Winter Park whole and united, keeps Lockhart and Fairview Shores together as communities of common interest, and improves commissioner accessibility and community engagement. Finally, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the birthday of the birthday of my firstborn, his 25th birthday today. Happy birthday, Justin.
Well, you get 15 seconds for that. All right. Happy birthday, Justin. Okay, we will open discussion on map 2. Are there any proposed amendments, or is there a motion about map 2? Bobby.
I make a motion to reject map 2.
We've got a motion to
Second.
reject map 2, seconded by, was that Alejandro?
Yes.
Alejandro. Discussion on the motion to reject. Angel?
First of all, I want to thank the community of Tildenville for coming out tonight. You've been attending a few of our meetings. I spoke at the City of Ocoee meeting last Tuesday, and the commission selected this map. It is a preference of the City of Ocoee to remain in District 2. What this map does is essentially brings Winter Garden, and their commission also voted to come into District 2. Tildenville wants to come into District 2, Oakland. The West Orange Chamber, I've been a proud member of the West Orange Chamber for 15 years. They have voted, their board has voted to support map 2. The West Orange Chamber is made up of members such as Disney, Universal, you got Orlando Health, Adventist, and a lot of small businesses in West Orange County. They support this map. So because I'm a resident of Ocoee and because I'm a resident of West Orange, I'm going to support, I'm not going to vote for Bobby's motion.
Okay. Is there any other comment with regard to map 2? Question has been called. Mayor Kilsheimer had chimed in. Jimmy, if you would let me defer. Sorry, I didn't see Joe's button.
I was just going to say that I support the motion because Lockhart is not in district 2, and I just don't see opt-in with regard.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. So we've got a motion called and a call of the question by Jimmy Affont as well as a second. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Member Olszewski?
Aye.
And I want to point out, the motion is to reject the map, so a yes vote rejects this map and takes it off the table. Okay, I'm sorry, Bobby.
Aye.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Member Kilsheimer? Aye. Member De La Portilla?
Nay.
Member Arias?
No.
Member Callan?
Aye.
Member Washington?
No.
Member Baga is absent. Member Jones?
Yes.
Co-Chair Perez?
Yes.
Co-Chair Evans?
Aye.
Member Spears?
Yes.
Member Affont?
Yes.
Member Pizzini?
Aye.
Member Henry?
Yes.
The motion
And the
carries 11 to 3. The map is rejected. David, thank you for the amazing work you and your team have done and bringing the community out in support. Okay, let's move on to map 3. Rishi is not here to present on behalf of his map. I will open the floor for any comments about the map, if anyone is interested in presenting. And I want to point out, Rishi is very remorseful. He is at his sister's wedding in Montreal as we speak. Otherwise, he would not have missed this meeting. Notwithstanding, his map is on the table right now. And Tom Callan.
Can I make a motion to reject the map?
You can make the motion if you wish. Well, he didn't make it yet.
I make a motion to reject the map.
Okay, I have a motion from Tom Callan to reject the map, seconded by Jimmy Affont. Is there any discussion?
I do.
Yeah, Bobby.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Having represented the city of Ocoee, I just know that the comments that I heard, particularly from one of their commissioners this week, I will be voting to reject this map as well. So I think that's very important for the city of Ocoee to remain where they've been.
Thank you, Jason.
Just want to note, thank you, Mr. Chair. Just want to note really quickly, appreciate the work that Rishi did to put Pine Hills into one district, which is what they requested. But pairing Pine Hills with Ocoee is a little bit of an issue for me, so I'll be down on this.
Thank you, Jason. Is there any other comment? Jimmy has called the question. Co-Chair Evans has seconded the question call. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Member Olszewski?
Wait, I want to point out, it's a motion to reject this map, so we will not advance this map if we pass this vote.
Member Olszewski?
Aye.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Member Kilsheimer? Aye. Member De La Portilla?
Aye.
Member Arias? Yes. Member Callan? Aye. Member Washington?
Yes.
Member Baga is absent. Member Jones?
Aye.
Co-Chair Perez?
Aye.
Co-Chair Evans?
Aye.
Member Spears? Aye. Member Affont?
Aye.
Member Pizzini?
Aye.
Member Henry?
Aye.
Motion passes.
I'll be sure to tell Rishi he got the 4th unanimous vote. Okay. Well, Rishi's not watching. He's at a wedding. Okay, so the motion fails. We will move on to map 4. Tom?
I'm sorry,
Motion
Mr. Co-Chair.
passes.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the motion passes. The map fails. Yes, I thought I'd said that. Tom? Absolutely. And present from wherever you wish.
This is the map. I had no help from anybody to do this map, and it shows. So what I was trying to do, and I just came into, was just the urbanized areas to round them off for compactness. Okay, that was the idea. The challenge here was to deal with the new district and the Pine Hills area and Lockhart, okay? And I did know about the community center thing as well. So the idea, what I ended up doing here was, you had a new district here, right here. You had this district here, which is compact. You had the south part here. We kept District 1 west of I-4. I agree with Commissioner Wilson's comments about that. The problems we had here was the Lockhart could be an amendment. You could maybe take the area here of Claricona up to Claricona Road, north Pine Hills. That's in Jimmy's map, I believe. It's part of that district there. You could make those switch those off. And you could do some stuff here in this area here. So that was the idea. I think it's a really good map from a compactness point of view. A couple of the districts that the District 2 Commissioner wanted, Lockhart in her district, the Community District in District 1, but also it gave District 1 into I-4, so that was pretty good there as well. It kept, I think, 3 intact. 4 becomes a really good district down here in the south, and the new district in yellow, which is District 8, would be by UCF in that area there, which I thought was a pretty good district. So that was what the idea behind it was. A shortcoming of the map is that there is not enough plurality of African-American voters in 2 districts, okay? There's 25% in one, 12 in another, 10 in another, and so the one district has 44. So that's a shortcoming there. It's very similar to Jimmy Alphonse map 1. And it cures the problem I didn't like with Jimmy's map. And the problem I have with Jimmy's map is that's District 7. 7 map and District 1 map have the same kind of problem I was trying to avoid, was having District 5 go back downtown. And that's shown in circle. That's Jimmy's map. And then this is also number 7, which is also a good map too as well. So I don't feel strongly about this map. I think it's an alternative to look at. You can work it out to be very similar to Jimmy's. And there's many attributes there. It won't hurt my feelings if you vote it down, okay, folks? I wanted to withdraw the map, but I was told I couldn't. Thank you.
It was a committee map at that point. Okay, thank you, Tom. We'll open the discussion on map 4. Mark?
Well, Tom, at least it's pretty to look at. But what I will say about the map.
Can you pull your mic down? Pull your mic down. Yeah.
What I will say about the map is it is compact, and it seems like it would be easy to work with. Not that it's necessarily the best map on here. I just think that because of the compactness of it, the certain lines on it would be easier for the board to, in the future, make the changes that they need to make. I also think it's distinct enough from Jimmy's map and 6B and 7A to where we're giving the board another option to look at so they can tinker with it back and forth. Again, I'm a little concerned about sending 3 or 2 maps, whatever, that look very, very similar to the board. I think we should give them something to work with, and maybe one would be in one way to look and another one would be another way to look. And the map 4, I believe, because of its compactness, I think it's going to be easy to work with for the board. That was my comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Bobby?
Yeah, I'm going to be voting down on this map just because it splits up Ocoee and Winter Garden. I do think there's a lot of positive things, for this map, but being the District 1 representative, having represented both those strong municipalities, I don't think I can vote in favor of sending this map on.
Thanks, Bobby. Jimmy?
The reason I voted, okay. Am I on?
You're on.
Okay. I don't see the red thing, that's what. Okay. The reason I voted recently to allow you to amend it was because I had problems with this map. I want you to, I'm looking at Tom. No, he's next to you, okay? To give you a time, the problem I have is that Pine Hills split, Ocoee is split, Lockhart is split, Winter Garden is split. I really cannot vote for a map with this many cities and
Mr.
areas.
Chairman, can I withdraw this map?
I think we're about to have a motion, Tom. You can make a motion to reject your map. Or we could wait for Bobby or Jimmy or any other member of the committee to do so.
Wait, I wanted to get in line.
I think you're
and track
enjoying
with-
this a little bit too much.
Wait, Tom, before you withdraw it, I want to just make some comments to say how bad the map is.
All right. All of this said, is there a motion on this map?
I'll make a
I'll make
motion
a
to
motion
reject.
to reject.
Okay, I've got a motion from Jimmy Alfont. Who made the second? Jason, to reject the map. Is there any additional discussion? Seeing none, clerk, would you please call the roll? And again, this is a motion to reject. If we vote yes, we are rejecting the map.
Member Olszewski?
Aye.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Member Kilsheimer? Member De La Portilla?
Aye.
Member Arias?
Yes.
Member Callen?
No.
Member Washington?
No.
Member Baga is absent. Member Jones?
Yes.
Co-Chair Perez?
Yes.
Co-Chair Evans?
Aye.
Member Spears? No. Member Afont?
Yes.
Member Pizzini?
Aye.
And Member Henry?
Yep.
Motion passes.
All right, 10-3. It was not unanimous. Tom, just so you know, it's a good sign. I assure you. Okay, map 5, Henry 1.
This is going to be so quick and easy.
Yeah,
Is
man.
there an appetite to accept this map?
One or the other, one or two.
No, I'm looking at the board members. We can make this really efficient. All right, great. So for this map, this was a collection of community members. There was an amendment that was presented last week by Mr. Ayers and I guess approved by the community members to potentially switch out Maitland and South Apopka. That would give the new District 7 a little bit more strength in the black voting age population. But how we feeling? Because I know we also ready to go home. All right, cool. I will make a motion to reject this map.
Okay, we've
Awesome.
got a motion and a second to reject map 5 by the maker. Is there any discussion? No. Question has been called. Clerk, please call the roll.
Member
And again, motion to reject the map. This map will not move forward if this motion passes.
Member Olszewski?
Aye.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Member Kilsheimer? Aye. Member De La Portilla?
Aye.
Member Arias? Aye. Member Callen? Aye. Member Washington?
Yes.
Member Baga is absent. Member Jones?
Yes.
Co-Chair Perez?
Yes.
Co-Chair Evans?
Aye.
Member Spears? Yay. Member Afont?
Yay.
Member Pizzini?
Aye.
And Member Henry?
No?
Motion passes.
Was not going to be unanimous. The motion carries, the map is rejected and will not advance. Let's go to map 6B, which is Offent 2, Amendment 2. Pedro here still? There he is. It's all you, Jim. Jimmy wanted 1 minute to talk to Pedro about his map.
Mr. Chair, can we pull up the UCF game while we wait?
We better be winning, Bobby. That's all I can say. Jacksonville State, we better be winning this game. It's true. Because this is map. Bobby, the game has been rain delayed and it still hasn't begun. Oh, wait, there it is. Halftime, 0-0? Oh, dear God. Jimmy? Okay? Pedro?
Whole lot of pressure, huh? So this map was based around the Font 1 map, but the biggest issue we had with it was specifically lumping Winter Park with the Pine Hills community. So after multiple iterations, and we decided to keep Winter Park out of Pine Hills. Pretty much everything else is almost the same as the Font 1 map, even close to the same as the map we have right now. But in general, what this allows is the Pine Hills community is truly the main area for District 8. So they don't have to compete with Winter Park. They don't need to compete with Maitland. So that the priority for that commissioner is going to be the Pine Hills area and the surrounding areas of Pine Hills. So I have heard though some potential amendments for this map can come around with District 3, mainly that area that is taken up by District 7, where I believe it's called the Multicultural Center is right south of Rio Pinar. That area could be put into District 3, and Azalea Park can be put into District 7. That's a potential amendment to this map. But in general, this adheres to as much as the feedback from the public at the time as much as possible. Aside from District 5 having Winter Park and Maitland, it adheres to as all of the demands made by the public at that point in time. So as Mr. Reyes has mentioned, when moving forward with this map does serve as a good template. And I would also recommend those proposed amendments. It would fix up District 3 a bit more. But yeah, it adheres to everything as much as possible.
Great. Thank you, Pedro. Jimmy, do you have anything to add?
Yes, it is correct, and I know a lot of you think that this map is similar to mine, and he's admitted that he did it and I sponsored it. I understand your concerns, and trust me when I say this, I have them. I'm not going to sit here, and those of you who don't know me and those who don't, I don't hold back. Pedro did a great job here, but I have to admit it's a duplicity. I'll call it that, at best. With that, I'll let you guys decide whatever you want to do. Thank you.
Jason.
Yeah, just thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to thank Pedro for, you've come to, I think, every single one of these, probably talked to every single board member up here. So appreciate your work, but I am down on this map. Thank you, though.
Tom?
Part of me wants to vote yes on this map to have Jimmy in front of the board trying to say which map he likes better. I will say this, Pedro. I didn't appreciate your map the first few times I looked at it. And I looked at it last night, and I realized it's a good map. It's a real good map. One map part about why your map is the better map of all the maps is that the voting age population is a real tight range from district to district. You have some districts where you have 20,000 difference in voting age population between the districts. Yours doesn't. So it's a real tight map that way. It's a very fair way with the voting age population. So I heard some people complain about grouping Winter Park with Pine Hills. This doesn't do it, so maybe you have that option going forward. So I'm going to support this map.
Alejandro.
I'll just echo Jimmy's comments about the map. I think, Pedro, first of all, I truly appreciate your engagement in the process. You've been the most outspoken individuals in the process, and it says a lot about you and your future aspirations. But at the same time, as Jimmy stated, that there's a fair amount of duplicity between the maps, the map 1 and map 6B. So I'll be voting it down as well.
Thank you, Mark.
This is what I was trying to say when we were discussing map 1. I actually like map 6, Pedro, better than I do Jimmy's map. So, but I do see the issue that they're almost identical. So my only hope is that the board will perhaps look at the map and make those adjustments. I honestly do believe that Maitland should go with Winter Park. They've always, I think, been together, and that's the way it should be, from what I can tell, and I think that's the way the cities would want it. Not that they shouldn't be grouped together with Pine Hills. I don't have an issue because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Winter Park goes also with Maitland, but into the Pine Hills area, the district you created. So I get that. Honestly, they're very similar, but if I had had my choice, Pedro, I think I'd have picked your map first. So thank you.
Bobby.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm a little torn because I was personally going to be voting in favor of this map to send it forward. But listening to the sponsor of the map and listening to some comments, I can go either way. But like I made my promise earlier, if we're going to put forth a map that I'm going to vote affirmative on, I want to make a motion to make sure that the Woodlands Village and the village of Woodlands Village and thank you, that would be included in this map.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the map to include Woodland Village and Woodlands.
Of Windermere. They're already there for this one? Okay, okay.
Okay.
I apologize. I got the wrong signal
Then the
from
motion-
the third base coach. I
All right,
thought
motion-
I thought they were setting me in for the sacrifice. so.
Motion fails, Bobby, the motion fails. Okay, so we are back on the principal map, map 6. Mark?
Yes, Chair, and respectfully I ask this. I know that you've been pushing for only 2 maps to send up, but from the public comment that I heard earlier, I think there's a large public support for map 7A. Is there a chance that we could send up the 3?
If we vote that, but I think if we send up 3, we didn't do our job.
Okay.
So, Tom?
Another feature of this map is that it keeps Winter Park and Maitland in District 5, which is historically about what they have. And what people don't realize is the support of the econ and the various issues that are environmental causes are really supported by people in Maitland and Winter Park and have been over the years. And so those people have been defenders of that portion of the county against sprawl and premature development. So that's something also to look at too.
Mark?
Sorry to bother again, but if the idea here is to only send up 2, I don't see me supporting this map then, because I plan on supporting map 7A.
Co-Chair Evans?
I just want to remind everybody that in our winnowing procedure memo, step 4 says if more than 2 maps remain at this point in the process, as in if there's more than 2 accepted maps, the committee will then vote by ballot. This ballot will list all the map proposals remaining, and members of the committee would be asked to use the ballot to select the 2 map proposals that they wish to see move forward. And so we could use that process if if people are torn between 1 and 6B as, 2 different things. If we come up with 3 at the end of this vote, at the end of all of the review of the accepted maps, that would be the process. And so we could still get down to 2, and you could revisit whether or not you prefer 1 or 6B. Not to keep us here all night, but again, that process is built into our procedures.
It is in fact built in the procedures. Again, question is the outcome foregone? Mark?
So if that's the case and that particular tool is available to us, I would vote for this map.
Is there any further discussion on this map? Is there a motion on this map?
I'm motion to reject.
We got a motion from Jason to reject, seconded by Coy. Someone call the question? Question is called. A motion to vote yes rejects the map. A no does not approve the map. It just doesn't reject the map. Then we would have a subsequent motion to accept the map afterwards. Clerk, will you call the roll?
Member Olszewski?
Nay.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Member Kilsheimer?
Yes.
Member De La Portilla?
Aye.
Member Arias?
No.
Member Callen?
Nay.
Member Washington?
Yes.
Member Baga's absent. Member Jones?
Yes.
Co-Chair Perez?
Yes.
Co-Chair Evans?
Yes.
Member Spears?
Yes.
Member Font?
Nay.
Member Pizzini?
Aye.
Member Henry?
Yes.
Motion carries 10-4. Pedro, thank you so much for all the amazing work. And we are all confident that you'll be at the county commission meetings on September 16th in the afternoon when Co-Chair Evans and staff present our final recommendations, because they'll be workshopping it, and your input is going to be very, very important. So thank you so very much. Okay, map 7A. Jason.
All right. I think that there are some amendments to this map that can make it stronger. One is the Bobby, am I calling it the Bobby O amendment now?
Thank you. I would make a motion to make the
Wait.
Woodlands Village.
Let Jason make his presentation.
So that change, secondarily, again, there is an appetite to switch out Maitland and South Apopka, to place Maitland in this map into District 2 and to place South Apopka into the new District 7. What that does is strengthen the black voting age population for that district, but I think it makes both stronger. And then there is a third one that I was looking at. There's a portion of this map. I was listening to Commissioner Uribe's comments the meeting prior, that a section of this map, I believe next to Azalea Park, needs to be brought back in to make her district whole. But before those are submitted, again, I want to ensure, is there an appetite for the Second Amendment, which would place South Apopka into the new District 7 and would place Maitland into the new District 2?
Well, we need to see what it looks like if we do that, Jason.
And I would like to see the numbers.
Mr.
Same.
Chair.
Those are huge changes.
Hang on a minute, Mayor Kilsheimer.
I sent to Scott earlier today a map that has these adjustments, these tweaks.
Okay, do we have that to see?
That will be the Second Amendment to this map.
Let me ask that again. Do we have that map to look at? Is that your submission, Joe?
Yes.
Attorney White, do we have an idea? Well, I'm going to take some liberty here. Joe, will you walk us through what those amendments that you are suggesting do?
So essentially what this does.
Yeah, please.
Essentially what this does is it, as Jason mentioned, it moves South Apopka into the new District 7 and puts Maitland back in District 2.
What does it do with Pine Hills?
Pine Hills is encapsulated mostly in District 7.
It looks like it's all 7, okay. Yeah, what are the red lines on 3 and 8?
I didn't make any changes to District 3. But that is essentially what I sent to Scott earlier today, right?
Okay.
Can we get the numbers changed?
Yeah, that is the next question. Attorney White, do we have any kind of numbers on these?
I'm going to turn it over to our consultant for that.
Thank
What I'm showing here in the blue line are the changes that committee member Kilsheimer proposed. So the red line is what it is right now, but the blue lines are the changes that he's recommending.
And how do we look on our numbers and on our compactness?
Let me make these changes right now.
Okay. I'd
Yeah,
like
Gordon.
to remind that there's also the amendment to get the little triangle.
Yeah,
back in
the
District
Olszewski
1.
amendment, yeah.
It's not an amendment. It's a permanent agreement that that's going to happen.
Is that amendment on the floor, or do we have a
It
motion?
is not on the floor right yet.
I'll second it.
We don't have an amendment, we don't have, we're dealing with the Kilsheimer suggested amendment per Jason's request. We don't have any amendment on the floor to discuss just yet, but once we understand, which it seems to be acceptable to Jason anyway, once we get that understanding, we'll vote on the Kilsheimer piece, and then we can either vote on the Olszewski modification.
And Mr. Chair, I will just say, I mentioned this at the meeting last time, but, South Apopka has just historically been disenfranchised throughout history. And if there's a chance to get some better representation for South Apopka, that's my motivation in this.
Yeah, the meeting out there was very telling.
Oh, it's been going on for years.
Yep. Jason, you've got your button pushed. Do you?
Yeah, honestly, I just wanted to echo Mayor Kilsheimer's comments. South Apopka traditionally underrepresented, but I think matching it with Pine Hills would make that district stronger. But I also think it would increase the type of representation that South Apopka and Pine Hills can have together if that amendment is accepted.
Yeah, no, I personally agree with you there. Jimmy?
That will still be District 7, correct? Okay, no. Just wanted to make sure.
How's our progress?
We are working on it. It seems like Apopka, Clarkona, they all need to go to District 7.
South Apopka.
Yeah, South
Yes.
Apopka.
Mr. Chair?
Angel, I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
One question, procedurally, right? Because typically when we had amendments, we had a deadline for amendments. This appears as a substantial change to the map. You're splitting up Winter Park and Maitland. I know the intent, right? And I appreciate that, but, are we giving enough time for public comment for the public to, review this map, the data as well?
We're giving very little time to do that, Angel, but this is the session where we knew we were going to be tinkering and moving lines. If it's a wholesale change and it's too wholesale, we just vote it down, and then we propose the county commission do it after they have their hearings. We can't go through another cycle of this. We have today and one meeting left, and that last meeting is where we need to finish all of the other tidy work. So if we think this is too wholesale, we could advance it without this, if we choose to advance it, and recommend the county commission take a hard look at some of these amendments, because they'll have a full vetting process as well. So if we think that the amendment is too broad, we can reject the amendment, and then if we choose to advance the map, we can do so with some additional recommendations for the county commission if you're concerned about public notice and that sort of thing. I think it's going to prove out that the numbers and the variances are going to be fine. So the question then would be your public notice question, Angel, and I think it's a good question. Coy.
Motion to reject the amendment.
We don't have an amendment yet. Joe has not made this as an amendment. It's just been a recommendation.
I thought Jason did in his comments, made a recommendation to change.
He made a recommendation, but I don't have a motion in a second.
Okay, check.
So there is no amendment on the floor yet. We're just discovering and exploring. So the question is it the will of the group to say this may be too wholesale? If we advance this map, we're going to recommend the county commission take a look at this, or are we going to make the change now? But I don't have a motion to amend here.
I would be curious to know this is Jason's map, essentially. What do you think about this?
Yeah,
map?
I'd like to explore this. I'd like to wait until we get numbers to see
we
what it
almost
looks
have,
like. Yeah.
we almost have an
I
answer.
do not think it's too much of a wholesale change, but that's my opinion. Obviously, the board may think differently. But again, I think this change really strengthens District 7. And I understand that there could be some concerns from the city of Maitland and from their leadership and specifically from the residents. And this does not necessarily give them a chance to opine on what this change would be. But to me, it is something that strengthens, doesn't take away. So we'll see where we land.
David.
I'm with Member De La Portilla. How many maps have we approved so far?
One.
And we have
One
one more,
left.
right? Can we just move forward? I mean, really, let the county commission do their job.
We certainly can, if that's,
Is that a motion?
That is the motion.
I'll second it.
okay, so we have no amendments on the floor. We were having discussion. You want to cut that short and not see what this looks like then? You're saying, let's just move forward.
That's
So
correct.
we've got a motion and a second to approve this map as is, additional discussion.
Yes.
Bobby?
I'd like to.
I'm sorry, Camille, sorry.
I'm sorry. I think I don't necessarily agree that we need amendments to this map. I like 7A as is, but I'm a little bothered by the idea that if we're going to have consultants here to have the benefit of doing an informed analysis of changes, that we're saying, you know what, screw it, we've done enough. No, let's finish the job, hear what the issue is, and then we can make the call. I just think it's not necessary to short circuit if somebody's done the work.
Thank you. David again.
I just have to wholeheartedly disagree. There was a ton of comment, communication to this committee, to me individually, about moving this map forward. I like it. I like what was put together. Many of us do, and I just believe that we have a good working map that I believe many of us came into this meeting ready to move forward. So that's my comment.
Jason.
What does that do for other amendments that we have accepted or gone through specifically for the communities that Bobby has mentioned? That are we going to get rid of that amendment as well, since we are just looking at this map specifically?
We don't have that amendment on the floor. If we advance this map now, Bobby's amendment would not move into this map.
Got it.
Alejandro.
I'll just state that this specific map was approved by the board here unanimously in our last meeting, if I recall correctly. So by making, as the chair has stated, wholesale changes to the map, I think we'll be doing a disservice to the approval we had before. And if we move it forward, then the Board of County Commission can make a decision on modifications, because if we make significant modifications to this map, I think we're kind of going back in the process.
I call the
Jimmy.
question.
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry.
I call the question.
Question was called, so.
Wait, hold on a second, Mr. Chair, just to be clear. Is there,
That cuts off debate.
So in this motion, Bobby's amendments is not in there and my amendments are not in there.
I'm about to clear that all up. Yes, there is a motion right now to advance the map. As is, none of the amendments are in there. We can certainly make the recommendation to the county commission, if we choose to advance this map, that we advance this map and give them the recommendations. We can look at the amendments from Mayor Kilsheimer and accept or reject them because they're too broad, and then move on to the amendment from Bobby, accept or reject that because it is narrow, and that one we've already got preloaded and we know what it does. So we could, but we don't have a motion on an amendment right now. So if we want to deal with that, the appropriate action would be to table the motion made by Mr. Arias. We table that, we come back to an amendment to the map from Bobby or from Joe. We deal with those, but if we vote to accept or reject the map on Mark's call of the question, then we're accepting or rejecting that map. The map will be gone or accepted. So if I've got a motion to table the motion to accept until we look at other amendments, I would accept the motion to table the amendment.
Make a motion to table the vote by Mr.
Okay,
Arias.
so we've got a motion and a second to table the vote on the map, and we can open up to additional discussion. I'm sorry, we need to vote on that. Is there any discussion on the motion to table?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah,
So all I did was call the question.
right, you called the question on the motion to accept the map.
Correct.
So what that does is it cancels any of the amendments we're discussing, and it's accepting this map. If that map passes, it'll move forward, but if that map fails, then the map is out of consideration. Okay, so I've got a motion and a second to table the vote on this map. Is there any discussion on the motion to table? Co-Chair Evans? Oh. Jimmy?
Basically, I agree with it. So
They're calling the roll for the vote to tabling it.
I'll call the question. Is what I wanted to do.
Okay, so the question is called on the motion to table. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Member Olszewski?
Aye.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Member Kilsheimer?
Aye.
Member De La Portilla?
Aye.
Member Arias?
No.
Member Callan? Member Washington? Member Baga is absent. Member Jones?
Aye.
Co-Chair Perez?
Aye.
Co-Chair Evans?
Aye.
Member Spears?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's a, yeah, sorry, thank you. Member Affont?
Yes.
Member Pizzini?
Aye.
And Member Henry?
Negative.
Motion passes.
So the motion carries. So we've laid on the table the motion to advance this map. We are open to consider amendments to this map. Is there a motion to either use Mayor Kilsheimer's amendment or Bobby's amendment?
Bobby's.
I have an amendment.
Hang on a second. Mark,
So the motion,
you're not on there.
the motion to reject, was it done by Mr. Henry originally?
It was a motion to accept.
To accept originally, the map
No.
as it is?
No, I think
Or
it was
was it
done
by
by Mr. Washington.
Mr. Washington?
Yes.
So the motion to accept the map as is
Is on the table.
is on the table. Do we not have to vote on this?
We just voted on putting it on the table.
Okay, I got it.
Now, that's the vote we just had, and now we're going to see if there's any further
I have a
discussion.
motion for amendment.
Tom.
Amendment. Amendment I'd like to move is the Bobby Olszewski amendment.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion and a second to amend the existing map per the Bobby Olszewski amendment, which we know what that is. It's Woodlands and Woodlands Village Incorporated.
Are we not getting data on it?
Yeah, well, no,
We have
let's
to
get the
get-
data on this.
God, oh.
We got plenty of time, you guys. Well, it was on a different map.
Co-Chair Perez, I apologize. Who was the first and the second on the motion to table? Who was the first?
I believe I was the first.
Yeah, I think Bobby moved it, and I don't remember who, yeah,
Jimmy.
Jimmy
Okay,
seconded it.
thank
That's
you for
right.
the clarification.
Always Jimmy.
Thank you.
And Mr. Chairman, just for the sake of the consultants, it's the exact same change that we made on a font
Yeah,
map one.
I think Scott's got them over there. Just give them a minute to let it process, because we need to see the data. Okay, it looks like it's loading.
Mr. Chairman,
Matt,
I've been informed that the two communities are already in District 1 under this plan.
oh, are they?
Yes.
Jason, you didn't tell us they were
And
already
let
in
me
District 1?
apologize, because the signals that I'm getting from the members of the community said they were not in the map or not in the map,
Let's
so.
double check.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. They are making that amendment to
Okay.
include them. Sorry.
Sorry I chastised you, Jason. It's not late. The night's just beginning.
It's past my beauty rest sleep time. It is good looking.
And it's worth it. Mhm.
And that's Woodland Lakes and Woodland Village. Okay. They're motioning to
We have made that change, and the numbers are the same as we reported before.
Okay, so Attorney White, everybody just, so the consultants have said they've made the Olszewski change, and the numbers are the same as reported before, so the variances are okay, the compactness is okay, no variations in any of the other legal issues?
Yes, but if we could just get the maximum population deviation percentage on the record with this particular change.
Just 1 second. The maximum deviation is 8.36.
Okay.
Okay, so that is acceptable
Yes,
under
it
the
is.
law? So from what we can tell, the Olszewski Amendment does not create a violation of any of our rules, regulations, or laws with regard to this map?
Correct.
Okay, so we've got a motion and a second by Bobby Olszewski to move Woodlands and Woodlands Village into the district. Our consultants have advised us that is, and our attorneys, that it is a lawful change and that it doesn't vary any of the legality of the map. Is there any discussion on the amendment, or is there a motion?
Call the question.
Question has been called by Co-Chair Evans. And can we get a vote? Now, again, this is on the amendment. After this, I'm going to need a motion to pull the map off of the table as amended. Okay? So could we? We can. Yeah, we can. Well, we don't need a second on the question. Yeah, we don't, but I was encouraging, it's important. Okay. Can we call the roll, please, on the question with regard to, now this is the amendment. So a yes vote on this approves the Olszewski amendment to the Jason map.
Member Olszewski?
Aye.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Member Kilsheimer?
Aye.
Member De La Portilla?
Aye.
Member Arias?
Yes.
Member Callen?
Aye.
Member Washington?
Yes.
Member Baga is absent. Member Jones?
Aye.
Co-Chair Perez?
Yes.
Co-Chair Evans?
Aye.
Member Spears?
Yes.
Member Font?
Yes.
Member Pizzini?
Aye.
Member Henry?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, the motion carries. So we have amended the map 7A. Now I need a motion to pull map 7A as amended off of the table.
Motion.
Thank you for that
Second.
well-crafted motion.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, what is the purpose of moving it off the table?
Because we put it on the table. So we've
Okay.
got to pull it off the table to reconsider
I
it.
got it, thank you.
So I've got a motion to remove from the table map 7A as amended by Mr. Arias, seconded by Mr. Washington. Okay, so I've got a second there. Yes, Attorney White, are you? Oh, okay. So I'm going to, David, did you want to talk about the motion to take it off the table?
No.
Okay, you're lit up. Okay. Gordon?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about it because I think that there was another motion, there was another amendment that we had contemplated.
And
This
we-
would be the time to do it, I believe.
It's the time to do it once we take it off the table. We can,
Well,
you're
It's on the
correct.
table waiting for a vote.
You're correct. The
Okay?
motion that we have,
So it's not going to be voted on. It's open to
Yeah.
further amendments.
I stand corrected.
Okay.
You are correct.
So with that in mind, I would prefer to at least hear some discussion about the other amendment.
From Mayor Kilsheimer. Your motion is still pending. So the motion to take it off the table, is there objection to rejecting that motion so that we can consider the Kilsheimer amendment, or do we just want to go forward with the map as is? He did. We can.
But if that happens and we decide that we want the amendment, then we have to take it off the table again.
Yeah, no, what we put on the table, let me be clear, what we put on the table was the motion to approve the map without amendment. That motion is on the table. So It's still on the table. Gordon is correct. If we take that off of the table and bring it back, then we have to vote on the principal motion to accept the map now as amended by Bobby's amendment without the ability to consider your amendment, Joe. Okay. What's the will? We've got a motion to take it off the table. We probably need to vote that up or down. Again, if we vote that up, it'll be off the table, and we'll be back to the original motion and not have the opportunity to listen to Joe's amendment. If we vote that down, then we'll be able to listen to Joe's amendment and decide if it's too wholesale change or not or whatever. So, Bobby.
Mr. Chairman, can we just listen to Member Kilsheimer's comments now?
We cannot. I've got a motion that we've got to deal with, and those comments aren't relative to taking it off the table. Yes, Joe. David, do you?
We're speaking about Gordon's clarification, correct?
No.
No.
Once again, on the table is a motion to adopt the map as is with Bobby's amendment that we just did. The motion to pull that off the table would then trigger, because a question has been called, would trigger a vote moving forward with just the map with Bobby's amendment. Okay? If we do not pull it off the table, we can continue to amend and listen to and at least consider Joe's amendment, if we want it or not. It seems like we're mixed on it, but that's okay. We can have that conversation if we want to. If there's enough that just want to advance the map as is with the Chesky amendment, then we take it off the table and we vote on the map and we don't consider Joe's amendments. If we want to consider Joe's amendments, then we leave it on the table. So we vote down Mark's motion, we leave it on the table, and we amend or listen to Joe's amendment and proposed amendment. So the vote that we have now is essentially, do we want to pull this back off the table? Because we have a motion and a second to do that. If we vote yes for that, we'll then call the question on the map with the Ochesky amendment. A vote no, we'll leave it on the table, and then we'll consider any amendments that the mayor wants to make. And then we can discuss those and adopt those and then pull this back off the table.
I was going to say, can we get a yes or no from Member Kilsheimer if he wants to discuss an amendment?
I still would like to hear the numbers.
Okay.
Well, that is not a motion. Do we?
Excuse me, Mr. Chair. I plan to vote no on the motion to table so that we can still hear
We're on the
numbers
table. We're on the table. Let's just do this, okay? Otherwise, we're going to be here forever. I think we should vote on the motion to take it off the table. If you vote yes, then we're taking it off the table and just advancing it for a subsequent vote. If you vote no, we're going to listen to possible amendments from Mayor Kilsheimer once we take a look at the numbers. Are we all clear? Okay. Is anyone going to call? Will someone call the question? Question has been called on the motion to take this off the table. So I want to be very clear. If we take this off the table, we'll be considering the existing map plus the Ochesky amendment and voting on it. If we don't take this off the table, we'll have the opportunity to listen to the Kilsheimer amendment and the numbers and get our arms around what that is. Okay? We all clear on the vote? Yes means we're advancing the map to a vote without considering the Kilsheimers, but with the Bobby amendment. Okay? Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Member Olszewski?
No.
Member Jackson?
No.
Member Kilsheimer?
No.
Member De La Portilla?
Yes.
Member Arias?
Yes.
Member Callen?
Yes.
Member Washington?
Yes.
Member Vaga's absent. Member Jones?
No?
Co-Chair Perez?
No.
Co-Chair Evans?
No.
Member Spears?
No.
Member Font?
Yes.
Member Pizzini?
Nay.
Member Henry?
No.
Okay, so the motion fails,
Yep.
which means the map remains on the table, and we are now open to subsequent amendments if anybody wishes to offer one.
Do we have the numbers available to look at with the amendment that I proposed?
They're working on it.
Okay. Attorney White, did you have it looked like you wanted to make a comment.
No, I was just looking back to see where our consultant was in the process.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I've got some speakers requesting. Jimmy?
Just for clarification, can we ask our attorney to read to us what we agreed in our regulation as to an amendment? Because I'm concerned that this might be a little bit broader than our definition.
Yeah, I can tell you, Jimmy, we did not specify the breadth of the amendment. We just said we could be amending on the fly at this meeting. That said, we could easily take the position that says, this Kilsheimer thing looks good, the numbers look good, it's a little too wholesale to vote without getting more public input, and we could advance the map, because it appears that that's the will of the body, and tell the county commission, this is a proposed amendment we didn't think there was time to deal with, to give the public appropriate notice. So we could do that, but our regulations don't limit the breadth of the amendments we were going to make.
Okay.
And just for the purposes of argument, this is a tweak.
That's an understatement.
That's generous. That's generous. Tom? You're lit up.
Oh, I am, okay. Well, I just, it's interesting concept that Joe raised, and I kind of want to see it, but now I saw the shape of the district and certain areas that are really thin between one district and the county border, and then there's some just god-awful shapes by District 5 and District 6 in Winter Park. They're just god-awful. I don't think it meets a compactness test. We don't have proper analysis to do any of this stuff. There's got to be a scoring of that compactness. I don't like doing this on the fly. Also, we've had now 3 meetings where people liked the map 7 as is.
It's very true.
And we start changing that map, and people who aren't here may not like it. So I just think it's not responsible. I mean, we can forward on the board if we want to. I'm okay with that. I'm in support of map 7, but I don't think it, I think it undermines this process by doing this.
Mr. Chair?
Angel?
So back to the, we've had a very open public process. We've had 22 meetings. We've had amendments. We've had opportunities for the public to speak. The community of Claricona Ocoee has been at almost all the meetings expressing their will to stay in District 2. What this map is takes them out of District 2, and Commissioner Moore has been very supportive of keeping the community of Claricona Ocoee along with Lockhart into District 2. This amendment doesn't do that. So I will be supporting the map as is with the Olszewski amendment.
Okay, so let me
whenever we get there.
Just to be clear, we don't have an amendment on the floor yet. We're just sort of exploring to see what the data brings, because Jason and the mayor are interested in such a thing. We don't have to make that exploration. We can, again, pull this off the table and vote and advance it if that's what we want to do. How far out are we from getting data?
District 2 would now have 174,114 people, which is 4,624 short of the ideal population. And District 7 would have 170,782, which is almost 7,956 short of the ideal population. The maximum deviation would still be within the required limits. It's going to be 8.11%, which is under 10%.
Attorney White, does that give you all the information you need?
It does to determine the legality of the amendment.
District 2 is south and Lockhart, maybe.
Is there anything else you would?
No,
the committee
issue
would like
is,
to know?
my issue is the legality. What is it?
Well, how can you make a determination of compactness with the various compactness criteria that you have? I'm looking at the screen right now. You got this nodule comes out like an H shape on District 5 by Fairview Shores. I mean, how do you? I mean, there's other things here too. I noticed there was some kind of dippity-doos around there, and I like the concept because I think I'm intrigued by it. I like the concept. I think we should pass it on the board to do that, but there should be more staff, and I don't think we should make a vote on something that we don't have enough analysis on, and people who support this map haven't seen this.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom, and I don't disagree. I think this is too wholesale of a change, but I certainly support the map, and I certainly support advancing it. Jimmy?
I agree with Tom. You took part of, but the other concerns I have is it doesn't tell me about the other districts, and we do know that other than 2 and 7, there were other changes made to this map, or am I wrong?
The only amendment we've made is Bobby's amendment.
No. I mean, the amendment proposed.
Oh, yeah, there's several changes there.
So I would have to agree with Tom. Look, I'm going to say it very honestly. I agree with what's been said here tonight. People came, they saw this map, they liked this map, and we're going to tell them, hey, okay, you like this map, but we're going to change it. And I cannot do that in good conscience. So I would only vote, I'm going to vote to advance it as is.
Chair Evans.
Thank you. I want to point out that a couple of things. First of all, this has been a great process, and I want to thank everybody for their participation in this process. I understand the goal of the amendment that Mayor Kelsheimer has brought forward. I think the result diminishes the success of the map as it currently stands. I particularly want to just acknowledge the people in the yellow shirts who have been here the whole time, and this amendment would drastically change exactly what they've been asking for. Also, however, I think 7A, as it currently stands with the Bobbio amendment, is a good map, and I think that we can give this information to our Board of County Commissioners so that they can evaluate if they want to make any additional changes. But with that, I'd like to make a motion to pull 7A as amended by the Bobbio amendment off the table for a vote by this body.
Got a motion and a second to pull 7A as amended by the Bobbio amendment.
Call the question.
Off the table. Question is called. So a vote yes, we'll pull this off the table, and then we will need to then vote whether or not to advance it as amended. This first vote is to pull it off the table. A yes pulls it off the table. Subsequent motion to approve it or reject it would advance or reject it.
Which is what I tried to do half an hour ago.
You did, sir.
You know what, and we're going to forgive you for the time you was looking at the wrong map.
I was going to say, you looked at the wrong maps all week last week, so you don't
At
get
least
to.
my map's not as bad as Tom's. Come on.
Mark, you were the first to be rejected.
All right, wait. Let's just finish. Please clerk, call the roll, please, on the motion to pull 7A, as amended by the Ochesky Amendment, off the table for a subsequent motion to vote.
But can you state who the second was on that?
I think it was Mark.
It was Mark.
Okay, thank you.
What did I second?
Was it Callan? It was Callan, sorry. He was on the wrong
I
map.
called the question.
He was on the wrong map.
No, I called the question.
Okay.
Never mind.
You made the motion.
I'm sorry.
I second.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, there's no second.
All right, let's move forward.
Okay.
Clerk, will you please call the roll on the motion to pull 7A off the table as amended?
Member Olszewski?
Aye.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Member Kilsheimer?
Aye.
Member De La Portilla?
Aye.
Member Arias? Yes. Member Callan?
Aye.
Member Washington?
Yes.
Member Baga's absent. Member Jones?
Aye.
Co-Chair Perez?
Yes.
Co-Chair Evans?
Aye.
Member Spears? No. Member Affont?
Aye.
Member Pizzini?
Aye.
And Member Henry?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, the motion carries. We are back on, we are back on the existing motion to accept 7A with the Ochestian amendments. Is there a final second? Wait, who was my second for the clerk? Jason was our second?
And then the first was?
The motion was Mark Arias.
Thank you.
Question has been called. So we're now voting on the motion to approve 7A as amended to advance it to the county commission is amended by the Ochesky amendment, not the Kilsheimer amendment. Okay. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Member Ochesky?
Aye.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Member Kilsheimer? Member De La Portilla?
Aye.
Member Arias?
Yes.
Member Callen?
Aye.
Member Washington?
Yes.
Member Boggs absent. Member Jones?
Yes.
Co-Chair Perez?
Yes.
Co-Chair Evans?
Aye.
Member Spears?
Yes.
Member Affont?
Aye.
Member Pizzini?
Aye.
Member Henry?
Hey.
Motion passes.
Motion carries. All right. So we have 2 maps to advance to the county commission. Thank you guys for the unbelievable job. We're going to move into general discussion. Don't start packing up yet. We're not quite done. We'll move into general discussion. Co-Chair Evans?
Before everybody runs out, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been here for all the meetings. I cannot say enough how important the work of everybody here is for 1.5 million people, not just people of a certain area or people in a certain community. And I think that what we saw on the dais tonight was an appreciation for that focus. So kudos to each of you as my fellow members. I think you all have done a great job, and thank you for the community. Oh, look at us. We're even high-fiving each other. Before we just wrap up, I just want to remind y'all that we do have one more meeting we still have to come to, so make sure you still show up. But thank you, Mr. Co-Chair, for managing that fun tonight.
That was great fun. Any other comments from the team? Administrative matters, instructions for next meeting. Levon, please.
It was a pleasure to serve on this committee with these people here. I got to know people I didn't know before, and everyone. It was a true joy to work with y'all.
Mark's like, can we stop this? Okay. Levon.
So our next meeting is Wednesday, September 3rd, next week. We will make sure to have everything ready. We will be talking with our legal staff about our findings of fact, and all of the decisions and recommendations will be finalized. Please also mark your calendars for September 16th. We are scheduled to go before the Board of County Commissioners. Co-Chair
Evans.
Co-Chair Evans, thank you, will be presenting along with staff to the Board of County Commissioners. That will be in the afternoon, not in the morning, so it'll be around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So with that, I think that is everything.
Great.
We're
Jimmy?
good.
Motion to adjourn.
Well, we haven't finished closing remarks yet. Dearest God. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Does anyone have any closing remarks other than motion to adjourn? Jason.
Really quick, just a point of personal privilege. Really appreciate the work of the staff from Orange County. I know that the staff of Orange County has been in the news lately, but really appreciate all the hard work that you all have put in. Couldn't have done, I know I personally could not have done this without your assistance, so just wanted to say thank you.
Okay. And we'll all have the opportunity to speak and talk about the process next week, because I, for one, have truly enjoyed this, and this has been a great group to work with. Very thoughtful, very considerate, and very understanding when things get rejected. But we'll have that conversation next week. But I do want to thank you for tonight, the patience with the technology and some of the challenges, but we managed to work through it. I think we've got 2 great maps to give the county commission. I think we've done a good job for the community. So I want to thank everybody for that. Now, Jimmy, what were you saying?
Motion to adjourn.
There's a motion to adjourn and a second. Any objection? Motion carries.